We're gonna have to all look like Switty on a good day.
Okay, good.
For the video.
So we're gonna have to look like a young Count Olaf on a good day.
You do look like Count Olaf.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, it's fucking uncanny. You look like a son.
Hey guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Upper Lay Podcast. This week we're on episode 44. My name is Scott Ellis, joined here as always by Tim McGavick.
Thank
How's
you,
it going,
Scott. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, you're hyped?
Pretty good. I'm not as hyped as a Huntsman, but it's up there, I guess.
Fair enough.
Huntsmen are pretty hype.
Yeah.
Also joining us this week is Tyler Switowski.
I am also pretty good.
Pretty good, he says. And Adam Franey.
I'm great.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Please calm down.
Fantastic.
Oh, sorry guys.
Fanforstic?
Bring
No.
too much. No.
Oh, fun fact, I watched that this week.
Again?
No, I saw it the once. I only saw it the once when it came out.
Yeah.
And my brother hadn't seen it yet. So I was like...
It's not an excuse.
Fanforstic?
Yeah. Tell you,
I'm speechless right now.
It does not get better the more you watch it. I'll tell you that.
It just gets worse, I
It
guess.
does not hold up.
No.
Let's just run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to discuss our last seen films as well as do our review of the week. And this week, guys, Captain America: Civil War. We're doing our review, so get hype. One of the most anticipated movies of the year, biggest movies for Marvel, and also some news topics as well, including some Han Solo casting going on, some Mummy news. So we're going to get into that later. And if you do want to skip ahead to any of those topics, you can go in the description box below on YouTube and click on any of the timestamps, and you can skip ahead to those topics. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well while you're at it. So, with that out of the way, let's jump in, guys, to our last scenes. Anyone wanna hop in?
Tim.
Oh, Tim's perking up there. What do you got for us?
Your face is really freaking me out.
I got a nice little tie-in.
Wow.
Ties into the Green Room from last week,
Oh.
as well as Captain America: Civil War.
Really?
Can you guys guess?
Considering there's like 30 people in Civil War.
Is it super obscure?
No.
Okay.
Let me start with the plot synopsis. Scott Pilgrim is dating a high schooler. But
What could this be?
after meeting the literal girl of his dreams, he must battle his way through her 7 evil exes in order to date her.
Oh, it's actually Scott Pilgrim. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking. I thought it was Michael
Chris
Cera.
Evans.
Chris Evans and...
Who else?
Oh, fuck. I didn't write down the cast. I usually do that. He was also in Green Room. Mark Webber from Green Room.
Yes, yeah.
Weber.
Who was he?
He plays the
drummer?
bandmate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Green Room episode.
He's the singer. He's the singer from
Yes.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, it is.
Sweet.
So this stars a
Sex
who's
bomb
who
moms.
cast
Yes.
of people, including Michael Cera as Scott Pilgrim, Alison Pill, Mark Webber, Johnny Simmons, Ellen Wong, Kieran Culkin as Wallace, who plays Scott's gay roommate,
Amazing.
Anna Kendrick, Aubrey Plaza, Mary Elizabeth Weinstead
Yeah, with blue hair.
with blue hair, Chris Evans, as mentioned earlier. Who else?
Brendan Routh?
Jason Schwartzman, Brandon Routh, Brie Larson, Mae Whitman.
Jesus.
Wow. Big cast.
Big cast in this one.
Maybe not at the time.
Not at the time.
But
A lot of these people were like pretty small.
They've got breaks since then.
You also got cameos from Thomas Jane and Clifton Collins Jr.'s, who played the vegan police.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, we talked about that on 999, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Looking eggs, bitch.
This was a 2010 movie. This is Scott Pilgrim versus the World, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Written by Michael Bacall and Edgar Wright, based on the graphic novels by Brian Lee O'Malley,
Written by Edgar Wright.
and directed by Edgar Wright as well.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Shot where we're from, Toronto.
Toronto takes place in Toronto.
Set in
Graphic novels also from Toronto.
Really?
Guys,
Oh my
Canadian.
God.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
This is...
You haven't seen this before?
I haven't seen this before, no.
Wow,
I've
that's shocking.
owned this on Blu-ray for years.
Cult classic, just so you know.
Filmed in
Yeah.
Toronto.
Filmed in Toronto. Takes place in Toronto, like I said.
A lot of locations.
Rewind.
I know it's the Pizza. I've been
Yeah.
down that street.
Classic.
I think that's on Yonge Street, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think it's
Or
near
just
Honest
off.
Ed's on Bloor. Okay.
Honest Ed's is across the street from it.
Yeah. So it's on
Bloor?
Bloor.
You've
Yeah.
owned this for years.
Years, like
Haven't
literally
watched
years.
it.
Haven't watched it. I just
They go to
putting it off.
Casaloma.
They go to Casaloma.
Mhm.
That's where
Chris Evans like
grinds down that
grinding on his
huge
skateboard.
staircase.
Outrageous.
It's actually hilarious.
Oh god.
There's no hiding it here, guys. I love this movie.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
This movie's fantastic. I can't believe I waited like 6 years to watch this.
It's hard not to love it, man. Seriously.
The performances are just hilarious, like all around. The standout though is probably Kieran Culkin as
Yes.
his gay roommate,
Oh, yeah.
which is hilarious.
He just seems real too. Like he
He
just
just-
plays like
yeah.
a real person.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
He kills me.
It's like the thing is, him and Michael Cera live in a single room apartment, and they share a bed.
Oh my god.
And there's so many scenes where Michael Cera like wakes up and Kieran Culkin's like wait, and then Kieran Culkin wakes up, and then another guy wakes up next to him, and then another guy wakes up next to him. This is where Edgar Wright, I guess, perfected like his smash cuts, because
Yeah.
this like smash cuts from like one scene to like the next day like super fast, like it all blurs together as like one
So
long
many-
scene, but
yeah.
it's not. It's from like days and days go past.
Which is cool because like it's like it kind of gives you like the effect of like a comic book, you know, like it just
Exactly.
goes boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and it's just the next day.
This is like the forgotten Edgar Wright movie. Like, I literally forgot twice already that he directed
Yeah.
it. That's, I think people think that way, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's a cult classic for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I know it
wasn't
bombed,
huge.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it bombed. I actually watched the
When it came out.
a Mojo list this week, whatever it is. Watch Mojo.
Yeah.
They did like a top 10 like bombs
Yeah.
or like that performed well with critics or whatever, and this was like number 10 or 11 or something like that. It like the
Really?
budget was like 70 million. I think it made like 40.
Oh,
70 million?
Could be quite a bit lower than that. It might be like 40 and we made like 20. It didn't make its budget back. But it's like the guy said, it's a cult classic.
Michael Cera
So
was
true.
good too. Like,
Yeah, he was good. This is like
it
towards the
fit.
end of his
This
big
run.
like peak as a
Yeah.
comedian.
But it fit to what his like, you know, acting, you know, it fits into. Like it was a good role for him.
It's very powerful.
He's like
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mark
Perfect.
Mark Webber was very different in this movie.
Who's that again?
The neo-Nazi from Green Room.
Yes.
yeah.
Quite a
The
bit
lead
different in this one.
singer.
Yeah. Odd.
Yeah.
Really weird seeing him. And then Chris Evans was doing like his best impression of Will Arnett, which was hilarious. Like that super serious, like, yeah, exactly.
Machismo.
Give me my board.
There's so many like just great lines from Michael Cera. Like when he gets that first email explaining like what's going to happen with like the 7 X's, he's like, "Oh my god."
Oh my god.
This is so boring. And he's like, yeah, and just like closes it, and like deletes.
I love the like video game nods, like the heart health
Yeah.
bars.
Yeah, they actually use like the Zelda music. Like the Zelda
Yes.
music was one of the first things that plays
Oh,
in this movie,
that's-
and then immediately I was just like,
I'm in.
all right, I'm in with this guy.
Yeah.
And like the piss meter, like when he's taking a piss, it's like
Yeah.
just like empties.
Oh man,
Hilarious.
this movie's so clever.
I think I got my favorite part of this movie. It's like a 3-second scene, but I laugh every time. It's when his girlfriend, what's his girlfriend? Not Mary Elizabeth Winstead. his-
Knives Chow.
Knives Chow.
Wow.
When she comes to the door and Culkin answers it, and she goes, "Is Scott here?" And he just like jumps out the window. No, he just laughs.
Hilarious.
He just jumps out the window in the background,
Amazing.
and she believes him.
There's so many good scenes back and forth
Yeah.
with him and his girlfriends, like trying to, where he's like so oblivious.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so good.
Who played G-Man again?
Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman. Thank you.
He was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Final boss battle.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And there's like so many like hints and stuff to like X's in this. There's like signs. Like they have like crossroad signs. They have like side like there's like patches on his jacket. There's like
Yeah, that never-
sidewalks
X?
that cross like X's and stuff. Yeah, it's
pedestrian
crazy.
crossing. Like,
Really?
cool.
And then when like Jason Schwartzman like powers up, there's like all of his powers are like times 7. There's like a whole bunch of like
Just hints.
meta stuff going
Yeah.
on. It's crazy. I'm hitting this with a heavy 4.
Oh,
Yeah, you are.
Very much enjoyed it.
I thought you were gonna 5-bang it.
I'm pretty sure I
Pretty
five
close to
it.
5-bang in it.
There was nothing I didn't like about this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Scott?
I'd have to. I don't know, man. It's at least a heavy 4 though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
It's probably
pushing-
a 5-bang actually.
it's pushing a 5-bang because
Yeah.
there's like nothing. There's nothing that I can really pinpoint as to why like it wouldn't be.
Fair enough.
Interesting. So
Very
far
much
from
enjoyed
me.
it.
Heavy 4.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to jump in next? To the last scene.
Shall
Adam
I?
Stein.
Yeah.
Shall you please?
Step up to the plate? Well, Ty, I teased you earlier saying you may not.
Well, usually you do, but it's,
I teased you a lot the entire time I've known you, but
Yes.
I was teasing my last scene to you earlier by saying you're not going to be too happy with.
Yeah, and that I was very confused by that.
Let me just read out a little synopsis.
Illuminate me.
I don't even think Tim and Scott have seen this. A CIA Special Forces team are betrayed and left for dead by their superiors, galvanizing them to mount an offensive on the CIA.
Just so you know, I have never, when you guys have read your synopsis, I have never guessed a movie.
I have no idea right now.
This is the first time.
That's true, because I literally said Scott Pilgrim, and you were still...
I still didn't get it.
Oh wait, so it's Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, you watched The Losers.
Correct.
Ty's been trying to get us to watch this movie forever.
This is such a good movie.
Adam's the first to cave.
Did you know, Tim?
Yeah.
From this,
Yeah.
You knew.
Ty's
Oh
explained
my
this
God.
movie to me several
I had no idea. It seems generic to me.
It's
so
funny
good.
you should say that.
Oh,
Funny.
fuck you.
Yeah. Generic is
Oh, come on.
Get bodied.
not so good. I'm sorry. I wanted to like it.
Oh.
I said, you know what? It was late last night. I had to go to bed soon because I was up early for work. Hour and a half. Let me throw this on.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
It's
I
on
don't
Netflix,
trust
right?
it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I've seen this. Maybe I've seen it
The
in
Losers?
theaters. What's the cast?
Oh, sorry.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes. I
One
saw it
of
in
my
theaters.
faves.
Yeah.
This is the reason I watched it, actually. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who I love. Zoe Saldana, who I love.
Right.
Idris Elba, who I love.
Oh shit, wow.
Ties in with Chris
Idris Elba.
Evans. Idris Elba. Yeah, Captain America himself, tie-in, Chris Evans.
He was a sniper, right?
Basically it.
Yeah, I
The
don't
guy from
think...
Thor. And chick from Guardians of the Galaxy. Wow.
Yeah.
MCU heavy.
And Captain America, yeah.
Oh yeah, Idris Elba from... Oh my god, yeah. I knew that. Comic book related, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Directed by
Oh, yeah.
Sylvain White.
Mm-hmm.
You know him, dude?
Sylvan White.
Sylvain?
Yeah.
Let me get bodied, okay.
Sylvan.
He did Stomp the Yard in 2007 in this movie, and that's it.
Sick.
Music
Sick
video.
filmography, bro.
Music video director. Interestingly written by Peter Berg, writer director of Friday Night Lights,
Interesting.
and
Okay.
I like Peter
Lone
Berg.
Survivor with Mark Wahlberg, I think it was called. Yeah, people like him. And Battleship.
Oh.
Hey.
So it bombed when it was in theaters. $25 million budget, $23 million total like theater.
I wouldn't
gross.
say it's a bomb.
I contributed to that.
If
That's
it doesn't make Matt Kids money, it's a bomb.
It didn't even break even.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's like... I'd
Bomb.
say
It's a bomb. What?
it was close. A bomb is like where like it's like nowhere fucking close. This is like $2
Half
million
his budget.
off.
Was it $2 million?
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though.
23 to
That
25?
that budget number doesn't account for marketing, so it bombed.
Oh.
They don't make movies to not make their money back, even. Like, they lost money.
Yeah, but
They
I'd
lost
say
$2
bomb
million.
is where it's like, oh my god,
Not including
everyone's out of
marketing.
work now. Like, this was close.
Okay.
Close doesn't cut it. It's
Close
a
to
bomb.
average.
It failed.
Tim?
Scott Pilgrim was $60 million after tax rebates. Box office
Rebates.
47.7. So
That's also
it did worse than Losers.
I'm sorry, that's a bomb also.
I love all of these movies.
Okay. Yeah, so didn't really like it too much. I'm so sorry, Ty.
Did you hate it though?
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
But I was very indifferent.
Okay.
Very generic.
I'll take it.
Sweetie Five Bang. It felt like a Michael Bay movie that he never did to me. Like just the look and just the overall feel.
Okay.
I don't even necessarily mean that in a bad way. It just
with the colors and like I
the color schemes and
yeah.
over the top.
has that warm filter. Like
Yeah.
that Miami Beach look.
yeah.
the orange-
well, they were in
orange
Miami,
filter.
so
Yeah. And it just reminded me of Bad Boys or like Fast and the Furious or something.
okay.
Like in a bad way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Just cheesy, like, one-liners, just failed attempts at humor. Didn't like Idris Elba's character. Like, I didn't like anyone's characters.
Interesting.
There's one. I'll save it for the positives.
Okay.
Let me just shit on it first.
There are positives though.
There's a positive.
Oh, okay.
Villain, unmemorable, just
Yeah, I
stupid,
didn't.
sucky
I'll agree with you on
guy.
that.
He actually had this like terrible joke where he's always dealing with that like Indian guy
Yeah,
throughout the movie.
yeah,
He like mimics his accent back
Yeah.
to him toward the end.
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
Classy.
It was just
Classy guy.
like I'm like, ew, what? He's like, oh yeah, dude, like doing an offensive like
Yeah.
Indian accent. I'm like, that's retarded. Anyway, but the one thing I did like,
The one thing,
Chris Evans.
right?
He was outrageous.
That office scene.
The office scene was by far the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
The funniest,
The
like,
elevator.
most fun part.
Awesome.
There's a scene where he's running through this office to
Yeah, I remember that, actually.
Journey, right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't help it. I was like
This is what
laughing
he's
out loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you love this movie, so I was thinking of you. I was like, oh my god, of course Switty loves this. Just guns and shit exploding. And
Journey.
Like, don't stop believing. It's just Switty all
so
day.
awesome.
Yeah, not awesome. Just a wasted potential because I feel like with this cast, like this is a great cast. And 6 years old, came out in 2010, so this was kind of
Really?
before they were. I'd say now they're pretty much A-listers,
yeah,
like
definitely.
Idris, Chris Evans, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, there's the one guy Pooch. I don't remember what his name was, but
I've seen him around. He's not
Yeah,
like
but he hasn't done much.
yeah. So tough one to rate for me. Just forgettable overall.
2.5.
Yeah, it's a heavy 2, I'd say. I don't it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but like it's just forgettable.
Middle of the road.
Yeah, just very like flat line.
Good.
I
Okay.
can see why it bombed. I'm so
Good for
sorry.
an slightly entertaining little jaunt.
Yeah, Ty, you're not alone. Like I was seeing people calling it like maybe cult classic status.
I could see that. It was a lot. It was. No, I wouldn't say it's relatable. There's like elements that I thought were really awesome.
I liked how dark it was at the beginning when a helicopter full of kids got blown up.
Totally destroyed.
I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit. It's not a spoiler. It's like first 10 minutes.
It's the first scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how like the whole thing kind of came back around. Like it was like it was kind of like a really nice arc to it.
Yeah. So,
I'd have to maybe rewatch it again because I haven't seen it since 2010.
did
6
you
years
remember
ago.
liking it, not liking it?
I remember liking it. I guess at the time.
Glowing praise.
Yeah.
Glowing
So you
praise.
seem like,
I didn't love it. I remember being like, oh yeah, that's a good movie. It's
Again,
It's
literally
nice.
shitting on my list.
it's not offensive. Like it's just like okay. I was entertained, but then a week later I forgot. Like
yeah. I can't even say that.
just my brain turned off. Explosions and shooting and stuff, and yeah, that's it.
And some people love that. Tyler.
Thanks, man.
No problem. So yeah, I'm done shitting on his life. Anyone
Cool.
else want to
I'll jump in
take
next
the reins?
with me last scene. Last week I watched a movie that I hadn't watched in a long time, Silence of the Lambs. This week, another one, another classic. Maybe a classic that I've been putting aside to watch later because there's something about this movie that I already knew that happens in it.
Oh, I know.
Yes. I watched The Sixth Sense this week, guys. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan. The story of a boy who communicates with dead people that don't know they're dead. And he seeks the help of a child psychologist played by Bruce Willis. Haley Joel Osment plays the kid Cole.
Can
Also
I reveal
in
something?
Sorry?
Can I reveal something?
Go ahead.
I too have never seen The Sixth Sense.
Really?
I also have not seen all of The Sixth Sense.
Well, Ty,
You make me sick.
that's
Tim.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Okay.
Honestly.
So you must have watched it when you came out when you were like 30 or something?
No, I was 35. Let's get it right.
Sorry,
I
right.
remember watching this at the drive-in.
Let me ask you this then. Did you know the twist going into the movie?
No.
So
I watched
were
this on
completely-
VHS when I was like, my family hadn't got a DVD player yet, so I was like
Wow,
12 and 13 when I first saw
and
it.
you didn't know the twist.
that's dark.
No. Movie came out when I was 9.
Honestly, like Scott
For
said,
real, my age. When I was 9.
like Scott said, that's a
Back
thing
in the
that's
20s,
been
eh?
holding me off. Like I have no urgency to watch it because I'm like, well, movie ruined. Like,
Yeah.
how could I enjoy it
Yeah.
with that hindrance, you know?
And that was a problem for me in this movie. Like,
See?
it hung over my head the entire time
Yeah.
that I knew the twist.
Yeah.
And I'm like watching for signs. See what I did there? But I'm
watching
watching
for
for
the
signs of that would reveal the twist.
See?
Like hidden things that
Were they
you
there?
notice.
They're there.
And
Yeah.
yeah, they're there. And it kind of took me out of it a bit.
Yeah, I would.
And I feel like at the time, it would have been like a great thing to like not know the twist and go out and watch this movie and be like, wow, that's a great like twist. And it's before, obviously,
Would have been mind blowing.
before he did, he sort of got known for doing his twist. Like this was the first like big end of the movie reveal twist
Yeah.
that he became known for, Shyamalan. So it would have been cool at the time to watch this movie and really experience that the first time. Because, I mean, Bruce Willis was great in it. Haley Joel Osment was great. He was nominated for an Academy Award.
Was
the
Bruce?
The kid was?
No.
No, I
No?
don't think so.
I think his mom was as well.
Really?
I think so.
Was this up for Best Picture or did it win?
This was up for Best Picture, yeah.
It's incredible.
Wow.
And Best Write. I think it won Best Writing.
I could see that.
He was up for Best Director, I think, as well. This was a huge movie, 99. Like,
Yeah.
massive.
I can't believe that. That's
98?
insane.
99?
1999.
Okay.
Currently sitting at 86%.
It would have lost to
Tomatoes.
American Beauty and
Yeah,
all that good stuff that came out that
all
year.
that jazz.
Poor Shyamalan.
Yeah.
But yeah, the performance of the Haley Joel Osment stood out for me as a positive. Like the kid was great. There's a scene where he's talking to his mother, and the mother still like doesn't think he thinks he needs help, and he finally reveals to his mother that he can see dead people, and
Is this in the car?
in the car.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
He finally reveals to the mother that he can see dead people, and she's like, blah, 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 like trying to blow it off. And then he starts telling the mother about how he talked to his grandmother, who is now passed away, and the mother's mother, and how she said, I guess according to the mother, like, she didn't have a good relationship with her mother, but then, Haley Joel Osment, like, reveals that her mother actually really did care about her. Like, and she like told her, or Haley Joel Osment told his mother something that his grandmother told him, like after she passed away, like because he saw her, and it was like a really emotional scene.
Misty-eyed?
Yes, I didn't shed a tear, but the performances stood out as being pretty powerful. It was a really well done scene for sure.
Did not win Best Screenplay. It was nominated, though. And
Oh.
so was the mom.
Did win
Toni
any?
Collette was up for Best Supporting
She was.
Actress.
Did win
Probably
any?
for that scene.
Yeah, Toni Collette was played Cole's mother.
Yeah.
She was great in it. Olivia Williams plays Bruce Willis's wife. Also, she's been in a couple things, including Rushmore. I remember her most from. You guys seen Rushmore?
I have. I don't know who that
The
is.
girl that she's in,
He's
that
the teacher,
he's
right?
infatuated with.
She's a teacher in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
But yeah, again, I just keep thinking back to how I knew the twist, and it was done well, but still,
It's a shame because like
It was a shame.
what could have been.
So
like, what,
I
like,
pose a question to you because I find myself dealing with this. Like when I watched Shawshank, I had the same thing. I knew like basically the entire plot. Even another Shyamalan, Unbreakable, I knew all the twists. How does that like factor into your rating now? Because is it fair to be like, oh, this is, I'm not saying you're giving me this is a 3 because there's no suspense because I knew the twist. Is that fair on the movie to give it, like, you know what I mean?
Good question.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to factor in though, because like
Yeah.
it hurt my
Your personal enjoyment.
my
right?
my enjoyment of the film. So it doesn't necessarily mean I think it's a bad movie, because I don't think it's a bad movie.
Right.
But it's just it hurt my enjoyment of it. The fact that I knew too much,
The man who knew too much.
Yes.
Scott Ellis.
There's one thing that I didn't like, which was some like really cheap like fake out like noise like
like jump scares.
jump scares.
Yeah, there's some cheap ones in there.
Like
Really?
where someone walks in front of the camera and it's like a dead person and it's just like like score like noise
yeah.
Ugh.
like on the piano like
No,
It's
noise
very 99.
and I'm like I literally didn't flinch at all. I was just like really
I just can picture
that
you.
wasn't Because like if they played the scene where there wasn't any score in it at all, and it was just the person walked, it would not have the same effect.
Really?
At all. Like,
That's
it just kind of shows. But Shyamalan kind of became known for those like jump scare, like grrr, like noise, like especially like Signs. I always use Signs.
Yeah, although I love that scene and it did scare me.
That one scene. That
Signs I watched on a portable DVD player. So like when I was like, this is before I had a TV in my bedroom, like at night with this tiny little screen that doesn't light up anything because it's a little like back like shitty LCD screen.
Yeah,
terrified me.
See, that's that scene though. That's kind of an example of how it was done well.
Yeah.
This one scene in Sixth Sense is an example of how it was done bad. Like,
it's ironic
it just
though. I can't believe
good.
this was up for Best Picture. Not because like I'm not doubting it's good, but just the type of movie, like a horror movie with jump scares, like you're saying. Best Picture. That's like unheard of.
But it was the performances too, though.
But it was up for Best Picture. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
To me, it blows my mind. It's probably the last horror movie that was up for Best Picture. Had to be, right?
Probably, yeah.
It's been a while, so probably
16, 17 years.
Yeah, maybe.
There's no way. I guarantee it is, actually.
It's not like it's really hard to
horror in
pin
the
down.
sense like Green Room's horror
yeah.
or like Silence of the Lambs is horror. It's not like
right.
your typical horror
like
movie.
gore horror. It's like
good
thriller,
horror,
like
horror,
psychological, somewhat.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give my
Thriller
rating.
gore.
I'm gonna say 3. Heavy 3 to 5.
Imagine if you.
It could have been
known the
more.
twist.
It could have been higher if I didn't know the twist and I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, mind blown. But I wasn't because I already knew the twist. So
It's unfortunate.
Heavy 3, still worth watching though. Still worth watching.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler,
Okay,
what you got?
so
Here we go.
my last scene.
Fair warning.
Let me explain.
Oh,
So
God.
Let me.
Let me
there is this
There's
movie.
a caveat.
This is not what I intended for my last scene to be.
Here we go.
But I watched this. No, Tim, you might be the only one that's on my side with this.
Okay.
You gonna shit on one of my favorites now?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, when a kingdom's most wanted bandit hides in a convenient tower, he immediately becomes captive to a beautiful princess, and together they are taking on a magical adventure.
I love this movie.
This is 2010's Tangled.
Great.
I was gonna say, are you talking about Tangled?
This is Tangled.
Haven't seen it.
You know what?
Really?
You should.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's wrong?
It's
Ah.
delightful.
it is.
It is quite delightful.
It is very good.
Bizarre. I can't. What? So all three of you like it a lot.
It is very good.
It's
Okay.
fun.
This is like this should
looks
be way
bad.
above Frozen in like most people's minds.
I would agree with that.
It's not,
Yeah,
but it should be.
I feel like this came and then it was like quickly like it was like really like huge.
It came
for,
and went.
Yeah, it was like huge for like a small amount of time. Then it was gone. But it was really really good.
Really?
So the cast, not a huge cast from what I can tell.
Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore is like the only one.
I think that's what like turned me off. I was
the guy
like,
from Chuck.
ew.
And many more. The guy from Chuck.
Zachary Levi, Donna Murphy, Byron Howard, Ron Perlman.
I'm
actually.
in.
Yeah, voiced
Oh yeah, he
You
does.
kidding me?
voiced Stabbington Brother #1.
Are you kidding me? That's the greatest thing I've ever. 5 bang. Preemptive
And
5.
Also,
Here's the thing with the cast, though. Sorry, let me jump in.
yeah,
They did a great job, though. Like,
They
even though
did.
they weren't huge names,
yeah,
like they fit their roles perfectly.
yeah.
Interesting.
Brad Garrett was also in this.
Okay.
Enlighten us. Who's
Don't know who that is.
It's the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh my god.
The less famous Raymond brother.
The like-
Everybody loves Raymond.
Raymond.
Yeah.
That guy? Yeah.
Hey, mom. Like, he's like, that was terrible.
That was.
Her
And
mom.
then Jeffrey Tambor is also in this as well.
Sick.
Who's that? Another name?
It's the dad from Arrested Development. Man, I'm on
Transparent.
fire.
You're
Transparent.
scorching.
He's the transparent.
I love Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah. So,
Tie-in to the Russo brothers. Good job.
oh, thanks, man. Totally
I have an
intentional.
insane tie-in
Me too.
for Civil War. Did
I
you?
saw that, yeah. So good.
But yeah, this was like it was really it had a lot of similar like a lot of like this is I'm assuming this is a Disney movie, right?
DreamWorks?
Yes, it's Disney
Pixar?
movie.
Okay, yeah. It had a lot of elements that classic Disney movies have. Like it's
Classic tropes.
yeah.
You see
Like
in
I can't say
movie.
anything without giving away too much, but like it's stuff we've kind of seen before.
Is it not Rapunzel?
It is Rapunzel, yeah.
Yeah,
it's 2010's Tangled's the story of Rapunzel.
Right.
But it was
Obviously.
Yeah.
Adam, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just because you're saying you don't want to give away the twist. I'm like, well, it's Rapunzel.
It is Rapunzel, but like it's but I don't want to say too much about the actual movie itself in case people haven't certain elements. But
What year did it come out again?
2010.
Same with the Losers tie-in.
It's
Silence. Awkward silence.
shut up. But go back to the voice. Like they were all like perfect for their characters, and there's a lot of like, good humor in this. Like Zachary Levi played
Ryder?
Flynn
Ryder? No.
Flynn Rider, and he was
hilarious. He was great.
The
I love
comedy was,
Smolder.
Yes.
the comedy was great.
Love that smolder there, Tim. Too bad there's no video.
Yeah,
I
no.
wish we're gonna get
Not
that
yet.
smaller. Yeah.
Ooh, stay tuned.
Would have melted the screen.
But yeah, just really, really good.
Who directed it?
I love the little chameleon too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great. And the horse too.
The horse is hilarious.
Amazing.
The director was.
Fuck, almost Tangled again.
Just give me a second.
Doesn't matter.
I just want to jump in though. Like I
Yeah,
love
okay.
how
Animated movies don't have directors.
That's true.
the way they adapted like Rapunzel. Like Rapunzel is a story we've all heard. Like as kids, it's like a classic, myth, legend, whatever story, fairy tale. But it translated so perfectly to a Disney princess animated movie. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
Like I was surprised it took them that long to animate it.
Nathan Greno and Byron Howard.
The directors?
Yeah, they directed it.
What did they do?
That's asking too much.
You're asking a lot, Adam.
Is that going to take you 10 minutes? Sorry.
But the one thing, like, if there's like one part of like the animation that I had to pick that like I had to praise, it would have to be the hair.
Yeah?
Like the hair, and it was just gorgeously animated.
Had to be.
Really, eh?
Yeah,
My
like
goose is flowing.
yeah. Well, okay.
Ooh, the second guy that you mentioned,
Byron Howard.
he directed Zootopia from this year.
Yeah, I
that's
knew
right.
it.
Really?
I knew
Right.
the name.
Wow.
Yeah, because they had like the super director team for Zootopia. It's like 3 directors. And
They'd all done previous like animated Disney movies.
big Disney animated movies.
Yeah, Rich Moore did Wreck-It Ralph, I guess.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And Jared Bush did Big Hero 6 by the looks of it.
Yeah,
Got
the
a
guy
good
hasn't
team
done a
over
whole
there.
lot. He
Nope,
did.
that was wrong of me. He wrote Big Hero 6.
What the other guy did?
Tim.
That was
The other
also
guy
wrong.
We
has
trusted
directed
you.
3 things so far. One was Tangled, one was Tangled Ever After,
Yeah.
and the other one, and the third one was something that I'd never heard of.
So he's the go-to Tangled guy.
Yeah.
You guys hyped for Tangled Ever After? Did you see that one?
I think it's already out.
That was a short, right? I'm pretty
Yeah, it
sure
was a short.
Yeah, it's like a little almost like a Pixar short.
Yeah. And so then he's got a new movie coming out in 2018, Gigantic.
Jack and Beanstalk, I think, by the looks of it.
By the looks of the picture, yeah.
The posters of Beanstalks, I assume it's Jack and Beanstalk.
Okay, yeah. Adventure Secret Jack.
It's not the
Discovers Worlds of Giants.
Boom.
Fassbender biography, Gigantic. No.
Nice.
Little shout out to
Hilarious.
Michael Fassbender's dick.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a little bit more subtle.
Yeah, and
For those who didn't
for the
get it.
layman,
Yeah.
in case you didn't catch on.
For this,
5 bang it.
no, I'm not going to 5 bang.
Today, Junior.
Light 4.
Light form.
Yeah.
What'd you have wrong with it?
Just the fact that it was like a class, like it had all the same elements that we've seen before in like the classic princess stories. Like
Yeah, it's not overly
yeah,
original in some
Fresh.
sense, but
yeah,
But it's a definitely entertaining take on
yeah.
the story of Rapunzel.
All right.
Is there? You guys know if there's any movement on the sequel at all, or
Not that
oh
I've
no,
seen.
probably not.
it's disappointing?
Because I thought I saw that there was when I was searching.
It doesn't
those
really set up for a
articles,
sequel that well with the ending.
It's like a happy ever after kind of thing.
Yeah.
They could always do something.
Yeah, like look at Shrek. Fuck, they're happy ever after, and they made how many movies after that?
6,
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know.
Shrek the Halls,
I'm about to puke.
Shreks 1 through 3.
Shrek in space.
Shrek, yeah.
Scorcher. I just think
Shrek 6. I got nothing.
We left the fridge open. Donkey!
That should have been our intro right there.
Yeah, well. Fuck it.
Live and learn.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, with those out of the way, let's move in, guys. I know you guys can't wait
Get
to
to the
talk
big
about
one.
this. Our review of the week this week is Captain America: Civil War, directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. Came out this past week, May 6th. Starring. Let me catch my breath here.
Yeah, take a breath. But...
Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, Chadwick Boseman, Paul Bettany, Elizabeth Olsen, Don Cheadle, Jeremy Renner, Paul Rudd, Tom Holland, Daniel Bruhl, William Hurt, Frank Grillo, Emily Van Camp. Wow. That's probably one of the biggest cast lists I've had to read off. Pretty star-studded.
What was that eighth name you said? I missed it.
Oh shit! Let me. That was Don Cheadle.
Right. That son of a bitch.
Oh, Don. Tim, you got a little. For us?
When another Avenger mission results in innocent people dying, the UN decides that the Avengers should have an oversight that decides when and where they are allowed to intervene. Captain America, fearing that they lose control, refuses to agree. However, when Bucky is accused of bombing the UN, Captain America and his team go against Iron Man and other fellow Avengers to help Captain America prove his friend's innocence.
Civil War.
Who left the fridge open?
Donkey.
So, guys, let's get into it. What are our thoughts of Civil War? It's a huge tentpole movie, sequel to what year was it? 2013, 2011. Winter Soldier.
2014?
14.
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Who wants to start?
You want me to
General
start?
thoughts, Tim.
I'm scared.
Like general thoughts, or just tell you what my rating is?
General thoughts.
General thoughts, bud.
Tease
Yeah,
us a
just
little
skip
bit.
over the whole thing. Just
Okay.
don't have much to say.
We have a protocol here.
I don't want to go first then.
Okay.
Tyler, go first.
I really liked this movie. It wasn't.
Shock.
No. Well, hey.
Shock comes over the crowd.
You know, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Adam.
Alright. This movie's a piece of shit, guys.
Why are you
BVS
constantly,
all the way.
why are you constantly
Yeah,
shitting on
BVS is like this movie done well.
That's a big high five.
Well, yeah. I mean, you actually can polish a turd, so that does make sense.
No. Spoiler alert, I fucking loved it. Loved it. General thoughts, had a blast. Just super fun. I definitely had very minor, kind of more nitpicky stuff that keeps it from being perfect. I'm not.
Tim's incredulous right now.
I'll get there, Tim. I'm not going to 5-bang it, so spoiler alert.
Just so you know, you said you loved this movie. I thought this movie was really great. You went.
Fuck you. Yeah. Scott?
Yeah, this movie is great. It's awesome. I had a good time. I just loved how, it wasn't just mindless action where you're like, why are they fighting? I don't get it. Each character in this movie had like a reason. There's maybe one or two that I could say that it's kind of dubious as to why they're fighting. But most of the characters in this movie, they have motivations that you understand. You understand where they stand on each side.
And why?
And their reasons for fighting, it just makes sense. And they all had arcs. It was great. And all the acting, everyone was great in it. Some characters like Ant-Man and Spider-Man we'll get into.
I thought you were going to say Aunt May.
And Aunt May. Oof. Woof!
Is it hot in here?
Or is that just me? Yeah, those minor characters, Black Panther, they all had their moments to shine, and it was done in a really great way. And I just loved the writing of this movie and how they set everything up perfectly. And it didn't feel like there was any superfluous side plots that didn't make sense. Like everything kind of tied up, and I love that.
I tend to disagree, but I want to hear Tim's general thoughts.
I agree with everything that's been said so far.
Including what
Great.
I said?
No, I don't agree with that.
Fuck.
Yeah, this movie's amazing. I loved it.
Bloody
Loved
amazing.
it. I agree. The performances from everyone were spot on. the writing was like great. Like it handled a whole bunch of characters
So many characters, right?
with so much motivation for each one, like pretty clearly defined of why they're doing what they're doing. And at the same time, kept it centric to Captain America. So it didn't feel like, to me, it didn't feel like Avengers.
Yeah.
It felt like a Captain America movie featuring
all these
other characters.
Yeah.
It set up Black Panther really nicely. Like you got a clear sense of who he is, why he's important. Makes you pumped to see him in his own movie. It set up Spider-Man nicely too. I'm going to say it right now. He's the best Spider-Man we've had.
I will agree with that.
I
We
agree.
get into details.
maybe most accurate to the comic book.
Oh,
100%.
that's
No, he's the
Not
best.
not maybe.
Yeah.
He's definitely the most accurate.
Okay,
You could argue whether or not he's the best, but he is the most.
Well, you saw glimpses of it when you saw it with Andrew Garfield's character. You saw like glimpses of like what it could have been, like how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But
like the banter and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when
But
he
this
gets,
one was like
yeah,
perfect.
The banter in this is his
perfect.
the way he is like talking while he fights,
Yeah.
like and just talking like he's just a kid.
Oh god.
It's perfect.
Just another sign of like, hey, Sony, knock it off. Give Marvel back their shit.
and
Thank
yeah,
God
they're-
they did.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But-
Fox, take notes.
The one thing that bothered me
Okay.
was there's a little kid a couple seats over next to me that literally, whenever a character showed up on screen, he's like, Vision? And then, like,
What?
Iron Man would pop up. He's like, Iron Man's in this?
What?
Spider-Man's in this? I'm like, dude, I know you're 7, but watch a fucking trailer first, okay?
Amateur.
Don't need you ruining my movie.
Did you whisper in his ear, grow up?
Yeah,
Grow the fuck up, kid.
Savage.
it's all fake. Chill out.
Ty, so since we gave our opinion on Spider-Man, I was just eager to get your opinion because you were very vocal with your rage about the young casting of Tom Holland.
I
at
was
the beginning.
very vocal about my hating
Yeah.
of the young Tom Holland.
Even in the trailer from the Hey Everybody line,
That really
a
irritated
couple of
me.
you were lukewarm on it.
Yeah.
You didn't love it.
I
I
didn't-
loved it.
See, I didn't love that line in the trailer. I thought it was delivered a bit weird. I don't know. I don't know. It seemed off to me. But in the movie, in the context of the movie, it
Yes.
was great.
Yeah.
I loved
yeah.
it in the
Yeah.
trailer.
I eat my words on that. It
Yeah.
was great.
In this,
Do you
I
want to eat some humble pie?
if
Served by
I will
Kevin
have
Feige.
some Holland pie. I will tell you that right now. If I had a
Yeah, you
hat
would.
right now, I would be eating it because I
Thank
was
you.
completely wrong.
And that's a common sentiment, like online. Everyone's like, "Wow,
What, me being wrong?
that," and everyone's just like, "I can't believe I doubted." Like Spider-Man's perfect.
Because like it's what we
agree.
saw is what Spider-Man should have been, and what we saw in the trailer was just like it was kind of like, oh, okay, that's it. It's like a little kid, but like in like what Scott said it perfectly in the essence of the movie, like in like actually used in the movie, it was perfect.
Yeah. And his age is perfect too. Like, you know, we've seen other Spider-Man like in high school, but they look like they're 30.
Yes, oh, they
Like
probably,
Tobey
I think they were
Maguire
30.
literally was like 30.
Yeah.
He was playing like a high school kid. And I'm like,
Andrew Garfield was as well.
yeah, he's like late.
was 30.
20. Is he?
No,
Yeah.
Garfield was 30.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire was like 25 or 26 when he first started.
But by the time he did the third one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He was,
Oh,
like-
yes, yeah.
He looks so old. But now we finally get to see a true, like, how old is
He's
someone?
19 in real life.
19.
But he looks like he's like
He looks
16.
He looks
15,
like
16,
15, yeah.
Just
So-
so you guys know, when we left the theater, I was walking down the stairs, and there were like this was like we were like marching like cattle, so like I couldn't like move or go anywhere else. So I was stuck with these two people behind me, just walking. We're all walking forward, and so all they were talking about was how amazing Tobey Maguire was as Spider-Man, and how that they did not like Tom Holland. It took everything. Like every fiber of my being to not turn around and just snap on them.
Now, I wanted to
slap
bring
him in
that
the
up.
face.
I think it's funny that you mentioned that because I was going to bring that up. I was going to say, like, I know we love Spider-Man, but I'm anticipating, like, the general public that isn't into movies or, like, the nerd stuff.
Or know who Spider-Man is.
No, Spider-Man's
Yeah.
true character to have backlash because they're trained from this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and be
They're like, that's Spider-Man?
that's Spider-Man because they only know that movie and how big it was, and they're going to be like, who's this whiny kid? I hated Spider-Man. Like, one of the people I saw it with was literally saying that after the movie. I said to my one cousin, like, I know people are going to
Was
say
it
this.
Vito?
No, but
Please tell me it was
the
Vito.
female version. I was like to my one cousin Dan, like, I know people that don't know like the lore and stuff. They're gonna be like, "Why was he a kid? Like, I don't get it. Like, that's so like lame."
He didn't even have like a gothic jazz number or anything. Like,
But yeah, I guarantee people are gonna be like, I didn't like his like squeaky voice and like he's so young. Like, he's supposed to be like a man. No, he's not.
No.
You retards. He's supposed to be 15. Like,
Yeah.
I'll kill you myself. This is everything I dreamed of for Spider-Man. Executed perfectly.
Awesome.
Marvel just like my whole takeaway from this movie is Marvel just continues to demonstrate an understanding of their characters where DC doesn't.
Yeah.
Like Batman vs Superman, I'd hate to compare them, but how can I not?
Yes.
Snyder wants to make everyone Batman, right? Superman basically has the psychology of Batman. But in Marvel, Kevin Feige said everyone like wants to know the secret to Deadpool working. He said, like, well, air quotes, this magical secret was they respected the source material.
mm-hmm.
They just embraced it instead of trying to shy away from it.
instead of trying to form it into what they think the market wants or what they
turn
think
it into
viewers
like
want.
the generic like blockbuster like thing
Yeah.
to try and get the most money. If you
Right.
just, like you said, honor the source material, people will gravitate
That's perfect,
more
yeah.
towards to it and want to see that iteration because it is true.
It's like he
to
said about
the source.
Spider-Man. Like, he said, like, we're gonna embrace that he's 15, and we're gonna show you the psychology of like a teenager interacting with this group of superheroes. We're not gonna cast a 30-year-old and try to make an adult, right?
Yeah.
It's like amazing.
You try to make it like dark or something or like some,
Yeah, like overly dark. That's not what it is. And remember when the trailer came out, I was like, I just want Spider-Man to be like Deadpool, but
fun,
like a kid version.
bantery,
And he is.
like-
He's just like so amazed that he's meeting all these people. He's like,
Right.
Captain America. I'm a huge
Big
fan.
fan.
just like someone else, Ant-Man.
Also,
Oh
love
my
him. He's
Let's
God.
not because this is like
Tread lightly. We'll
Yeah.
talk in spoilers. There's some
That's
things that
fine.
happen.
I feel like that's just like we could easily get into spoilers by
Excellent.
talking about this.
Well, I'll say, coming as the guy who did not like the Ant-Man movie,
Yeah, I remember that.
and everyone walking out of this movie saying Spider-Man, 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 who I obviously love Spider-Man, but the guy who truly stole the movie for me was Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I was laughing out loud.
hilarious lines.
Every line out of his mouth,
Yeah.
I was literally laughing out loud.
There's a man going into me or whatever he says.
Man just flew into me.
I believe the zero is Captain America. And just like that was the like
So cheesy.
I think that might have been the funniest part in the movie for me.
For me, like
lot
right
of great
from
ones.
when he gets out of the van and thank you for thanking of me, I was like, oh my god, like I was losing my mind. He's the funniest
Yeah.
guy in the movie. I loved him.
There is one I do want to get into a sort of interaction, and that's Winter Soldier and Falcon
Yeah.
when they're in the car. Just killed me.
Move your seat
Do
up.
you mind moving
No.
your seat up? No.
Chris Evans
That
just
was
turns
hilarious,
back
too.
around and looks at them.
That,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, this movie did a great job at setting up because, spoilers, I guess.
Whoa.
Sebastian Stan is signed on for like 9 Marvel movies, so he's gonna be appearing in more and more of them, I guess.
Okay.
And they've done a great job in this movie of making him like showing him some like humanity to him. Like
True.
he has some very light moments in this,
Yeah.
and it's nice seeing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I love Winter Soldier
Yeah.
in this movie. Like, he's great.
Yeah,
He's probably one of my favorite characters in this universe.
because
He
he's
just
not
has
just
a great
Terminator.
backstory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like, you said they humanized him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Awesome.
he was great. Honestly, I love him.
what didn't work for you, Adam? You said you had a
You didn't.
So
I
you
said.
wanna make
I said
sure.
earlier
Stuff.
that
Yeah.
it ties up, and you disagree.
Well, okay. I
do you not like the villain's plan?
Well, I like the movie a lot. Like, again, I admit this is like nitpicky. 2 things I don't really like. One, I don't know if it's a nitpick. It's just, and there's nothing to argue. I just don't like Scarlet Witch. I find I don't like this. Like, oh, she's just a witch. She does magic, so she can
But
just
she's not. She's a
do things.
mutant.
No, she's not mutant. She was.
She's
well,
not.
they can't use
changed
that
into
word.
Yeah, but like that's how they have to. Like, you have to go into it thinking that she is like they changed her into it because they couldn't say she's a mutant.
Okay, but she's the only person in this universe who just has no explanation, just magic. She literally just waves her hands and makes things do other things.
Yeah, well, because they can't go in and say like she's.
Besides the mutant thing, though, like you're saying, her powers are like
I don't like
overpowered.
Yeah, it's like a cheat or something. Like it's just it kind of breaks like you know what I'm saying. It breaks the logic when you have this like witch who can just literally do anything. Like what they've set up as like the strongest guy in Vision, she just like destroys them.
Kind of like how there's like the Norse god of thunder who can like has a hammer where he can like summon lightning at people and stuff. Like,
right, that's why you don't put him in the movie.
Or on okay, well I was gonna say the Hulk, but like
that's why you don't put him in the movie.
But at the same time, she also has all this power, but they've balanced it out because she is like this what is like a teenager or a young woman who does not know how to use her power. She's not like Jean Grey, who is like the unstoppable Phoenix.
Let me say what you should have said, and that's that her powers balanced out with the Vision, who they were on opposite sides in that battle. Vision is very overpowered with his powers.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you combat that? But she's one person who can actually use her powers to fight him. So like, they had two very overpowered people on both sides, but they were on the opposite side. So I think that kind of balanced a little bit, in my opinion.
Well, I thought she instantly just took Vision out of the discussion, like, almost easily.
Well, I would say
because in the scene that happens, and I just don't think Vision's like prepared for that, because that doesn't happen in the big airport battle.
well, they also
I'm
humanize.
just saying, it's just a personal thing.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't like her power of, like, I can just do anything. Like, that seems lazy, like, just magic. You guys don't feel that way at all?
It's hard to really argue against that, but at the same time, that's her power.
It's a personal preference, yeah.
Like, that's her power in the comics.
But it's like, why introduce her into the universe? Do you need, like, a magic girl?
Well,
like, with the movie,
I mean, her and Quicksilver were like one of the original Avengers, so I think that's why.
especially if you're bringing the Vision into it, like that's a huge.
Quicksilver got.
Didn't see it coming.
He didn't see it coming.
Oh, that's another thing. Like I could do without her accent being in this movie, but I know she toned it down too. She went Halle Berry mode. It's like almost gone.
I didn't find her accent. Yeah, I
It was
thought
very subtle.
Yeah.
It's not overly distracting because it's a fake country that she's from.
Yeah.
So like,
True.
it can sound kind of off and be like, that's probably just how they sound in Sokovia.
Anyway, but that's just I just don't like Scarlet Witch just for whatever.
So is Zemo, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll get into him.
He's right.
He's
Okay.
Sokovian.
And then again, he's not in it a lot, but I just didn't like Zemo either. I just didn't care for him.
I will agree with you on that.
With
I would
me?
disagree.
Yeah, I like him.
Thank you.
I would disagree with you.
Really? Okay. I thought it was classic, like Marvel Achilles heel. The villain is the weakest part of the movie.
But the movie's not about him, though.
No.
It's about the battle between... Yes, he has
of course.
like an undercurrent of his plan, but it's really about, Captain America versus Iron Man and their ideas clashing. Yeah. That's what it's about.
Right.
And
the villain just kind of helps it along.
Zemo
I wouldn't even consider him a villain. Like, I found his character very weak.
I wouldn't say he's a villain. I think he's more like a...
He's a catalyst.
Yeah, he's not evil either. Like, he has a personal reason why he does what he does, and it makes sense to me.
I don't want to say I didn't like him. I wasn't, like, enraged when he was on the screen, but I definitely didn't care.
Yeah, I could have done without him.
The whole, like, every time he appeared on the screen, I was like, get me back to Cap and Iron Man.
Yeah.
Get this guy out of here. I don't care.
I disagree.
I disagree because, like, his whole plan was, like, a mystery to me. Like, I didn't figure out what he's going to do until he did it.
What's he trying to do?
It was done in a way that just didn't grab me at all. Like, I was just uninterested when he was on there.
It's too bad.
It just felt like one more character that we didn't need to me.
So that's the thing. I feel like
and I get the purpose of his character, like in the script.
We did need him. Like, I understand. We needed a character like this, but it wasn't this. I didn't like the way they did it. I didn't like him.
True.
It's hard though, because like I understand his purpose. Like, you do need that catalyst to push that side plot forward. I don't want to like spoil it.
But
right?
It seems like a side plot, but then it's not, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah. I just feel I don't know. He could have been more compelling or something, or like have less.
You wanted the purple mask?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I did.
But
they've been true to a lot of their costumes. I was actually very upset that this didn't happen.
But like most things,
let's just say I'm pretty sure he signed on for some more movies. So
shit. Well, anyway, like most things in this movie, he was much better than the Batman vs Superman counterpart in Jesse Eisenberg.
Right.
Like, I would take any day of the week a guy I'm just indifferent to than a guy I hate.
Yeah.
Like, Eisenberg enraged me.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awful. Like, I'm gonna puke. Brand Zemo, I was just like...
But I thought Zemo did a good thing in the way that, you know, his character, like, he wasn't like an overpowered like god or something. Like, and he was able to manipulate, you know, the Avengers and get his way, even though he's just a guy. You know,
True.
He was
That's
able
true.
to combat these like
That's pretty
heroes,
cool, actually. I never
you
thought
know,
of that. And
just by using his mind and what does he say, like patience and like.
We'll get to it in the spoilers, but I don't even fully understand like 100% the whole plot of what he's doing. I'm sure you guys can enlighten me, but
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
it was kind of, I don't know, I felt like a little more convoluted maybe than it needed to be. But these are nitpicks. Like, obviously, I love the movie. It's great.
I think it was just the way his story was constructed was just to give you like a tease, like, oh, what's going on here? And like, I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, I was like,
finally,
how does he fit into
Yeah.
all this? I was like,
But then finally it's revealed, and then there's a little bit of a payoff. Well, there's definitely a payoff, I guess.
How about, can we talk about the action choreography? 'Cause
amazing.
better than Winter Soldier.
The staircase fight scene was fucking sick.
That's literally what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
Would you say better than Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which was the best action choreography I'd seen in the MCU. This ups it. That staircase fight was insane.
did anyone else get the parallel to the Daredevil staircase fight?
Kind of, yeah.
Haven't seen season 2. So
Oh, okay. Well, there's
Wow.
a staircase fight. That's awesome.
Like, when they're, like, riding the guys who are, like, grappling down, they're, like, using that
And it was
grappling
like,
line.
yeah.
using the
Amazing.
guy hanging on the grappling
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
As, like, an elevator.
Yeah.
I love that Bucky was just so much more brutal. Like, he wasn't like, you saw him, like, I was like, you see Captain America and he's like fighting these guys in the stairwell. He's like, you know, punch them, then they fall down, that's it. Punching that guy, he falls down, that's it. And then they pan over to Bucky, who's just beating the shit out of these
Brutalizing.
guys.
Using a battering ram
He
to
picked up with
smash
his
someone.
like, that guy's dead. Like,
That
that
guy
guy's
died.
dead.
His skull was crushed
Definitely.
in.
They used that to knock down like metal doors. Okay, he crushed his face with that.
Amazing. Like, another thing I love, like, using Cap's shield in practical, like, clever ways. I just lose my mind every time. That's why I like Winter Soldier also. Like, when he catches that grenade.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just, just like shakes the shield a little bit. Love that. No other ones come to mind, but I'm sure there's more he like used to.
I don't know how the physics would actually work with that, because was he holding it? He was holding it down.
He's holding the shield down as well. Yeah.
Okay,
like a dome over the
would
grenade.
have had to, because I mean, can you imagine the blast? Like, obviously the shield would go flying.
Well, he's super strong also.
That's the thing. He would have had to use its strength.
But hey, Spider-Man says shield obeys no laws of physics.
That's so funny.
I love that.
Amazing. Like, his banter was just A1. That Empire Strikes
Cap-
Back joke was amazing.
This
I was
is a really
losing
old
it.
movie.
How old is this kid? What the hell? It was amazing.
It was great.
Oh my god. I love Spider-Man.
Okay.
In that sense, I also loved how Tony Stark mentioned how hot Aunt May is, which was hilarious.
I think we all said that actually as soon
So
as we heard
funny.
she was cast.
Hot Aunt May.
Yeah.
Awkwardly
Such a
hot
May.
ant.
Yeah.
They do a great job. It's like a MCU thing of, like, they call it, the Weekly Planet taught me this, hanging a lantern on it. Whenever something's like slightly off, they just admit it and you go with it because it's just hilarious. Like the Shield thing, Aunt May thing. It's like the writing is just hilarious to me, right?
Spot on.
Yeah.
Also loved like how Ant-Man was just like this normal guy thrusted into this world. He's just like okay, arrow guy, shoot me,
Yeah.
shoot me on your arrow. I'm like, oh, thought that was a water truck.
Throw it at this.
He's the
He just
so
whips
funny.
it.
I thought that was a water truck, man.
It's like Hank Pym always said, never can trust a Stark. Who the hell are you?
Come on, man.
Come on.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And there's one scene that he, like, that's in spoilers. But he says something else, and it's just like,
It's just perfect.
you're perfect as Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, actually, it's spoilers. I gotta wait.
There's one character who I didn't really understand his motivation for joining this battle, and that's Hawkeye. I don't know if, like, he really was just
Dave.
someone called. I guess Cap just called him up and was like, "Yo, you mind fighting for me?" He's like,
He's
"Yeah,
on
sure,
vacation,
man."
right?
No, he's
Yeah.
retired.
Retired? Oh yeah, he's like retired for 5 minutes. Yes. Okay.
like he probably didn't need to be in it. I mean, he probably he just
Yeah.
leveled the playing field of like the numbers game,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. He felt kind of like thrown in, like shoehorned in there. But
It felt like more of a cameo than an actual role.
yeah.
It was
Like all the other characters
Yeah.
there, like they all have their like arcs in the movie, and he was just like inserted in there, and just had a couple like cool like action like
Well-
used for the Ant-Man thing. And
There's some pretty funny
Actually-
lines as well.
I can see a reason why he'd be fighting. If the Registration Act did go through, he would be registered and identified. Thus, his family would no longer be a secret.
that's the Civil War comic book storyline, not what's happening in this movie though.
Well, I know, I get
The
that. So, like,
registration.
I can see that. Well, again,
What was it substituted for? Like
Originally, like
something else I
everyone would
didn't
have to
get.
reveal their identity, their secret identities,
As
Yeah.
well as the powers.
as well as their powers. But in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like everyone already is
It's like-
revealed.
It's not even that. It's like in the movie, if you sign up, then you're doing it with the government. And if you don't sign up, then you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah,
So like
Just different
him,
than
just like he's retired, he wouldn't have to sign up.
he was just retired.
That's kind of the only one person.
What did the
that
government
makes
want them
it.
to do?
Sign up for?
to be registered,
Be
like, they'd
registered.
identified.
To unmask, quote unquote.
The unmasked thing is though that's from the comics though.
It's not really
the-
unmasked. It's more like you're not allowed to do your Avenger stuff unless
We
say,
get
we
okay.
tell you
Approval.
where to do it
Yeah.
and when to do it.
Okay, I see. Okay. Right.
Okay, well, that's like the
Gotcha.
closest. That's like the closest thing or the closest thing to motivation I can see.
Yeah, it was a,
It was a little weak for me. That's just
Oh, I'll agree. Yeah.
That's fair.
pretty weak for me actually.
Clint Barton.
But, I love Black Panther.
Yeah, someone we haven't talked
Amazing.
about. He was great.
Fantastic, yeah.
I love his accent too.
Yeah.
Like
You
it's
love or didn't?
perfect.
You did
I
love.
love.
Yeah.
I was shocked
Like-
at first. I was like, "Oh my god, they're doing the accent," and then
But it was perfect. It
Yeah.
was just it didn't take me out of it. I believed it. Like
Yeah.
because
I agree. It slipped. Like he's great. Chadwick Boseman.
I love
Yeah.
his last scene in the movie too.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Got me hype.
Emotional.
What?
No, I didn't mean
Oh.
that.
Not the
I meant
credits.
his last scene in the movie.
Yes, yes. I also.
I'm trying to remember.
With Baron Zemo?
We can get into it. Yeah, with Zemo.
Right.
I just loved his like look of his costume.
His costume was
his
fucking
whole
badass.
Yeah.
I
Loved
was
it.
like, shing, pops
Yeah.
the like nails out or whatever, the claws. Ugh. And his running scene, like that motorcycle chase scene, was
Yeah.
amazing.
He catches up to a car, runs over the car, and then
Oh
keeps
my
going. I'm like,
And I'm
God.
excited that like his whole character's not like very like revealed to us. Like I don't know if he's super powered or if it's costume that's helping him out. Like
Yeah,
the
it'd
origin
be cool to
of
see
the
like
Black Panther costume.
yeah, or if that ring gives you powers and shit that is he put on. I
Yeah.
have no
What?
idea.
Like, well, okay, we'll have to.
I'm excited.
We'll have to wait.
Yeah, I don't know too much about
Yeah.
the Black
I don't know
Panther
a lot, but I'm
mythos.
intrigued.
What about the other side of that coin? The Martin Freeman, who with very bizarre accent change.
It was American.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
But did anyone else like? Did it totally take you out of it?
Nope,
No.
liked it.
A little bit. I mean,
He's
he
American.
had a very small role.
yeah, I saw a season.
He is a
in
Black
Fargo.
Panther classic like character.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
That Martin Freeman
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Really?
He's like
So-
an ally to Black Panther in the
Oh,
comics. They're like
I didn't even know
bros.
that.
Yeah, probably he's gonna be. I think he's signed on to do it.
He said his role gets bigger.
Yeah,
Huh.
but his accent though, there was certain parts where it took me right out of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I think.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard because like obviously we're used to him talking.
yeah,
I think
You
it
know, from
just
Sherlock.
might take you out of it just because he looks really British.
yeah. He does.
He does look British. That's
Especially
awesome.
when he walks around wearing a 3-piece suit, and it's just
Yeah.
like, I'm expecting you to be British right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anthony Mackie, I thought was great in it. Like,
Yeah.
I
Solid.
really liked
Solid.
him.
Anthony
I love when
Mackie.
he has his little red falcon thing, whatever it's called.
Red
He's
Wing.
like, you don't have to thank
Red-
me. You can thank. And then she's like, I'm not thanking that thing.
You can pet him.
One thing that always cracks me up though is like their incognito like outfits, like Cap and Falcon.
Just hats,
Hat
Like
and
they're
shades.
wearing like
t-shirts.
Cap is wearing a blue perfect fitted baseball cap.
yeah,
And Falcon's wearing a red perfectly fitted, no speck of dust on it.
Yeah.
Like hat with like the aviators and like the like leather jacket. And you're like, oh, really guys?
like the incognito starter kit. Like,
Yeah,
it was-
yeah.
yeah.
That kind of cracked me up, but I can't really hate on it.
What I thought was funny was like Anthony Mackie's line from like from the trailers where he's well, people often when they shoot at you, they often start shooting at me. It's like, well, you guys are dressed exactly the same. That's like
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, seriously, man. All right, do we
Spoiler
got?
time?
Yeah, do we want to give our rating and then get into spoilers?
For
I
sure.
think so. There's nothing non-spoiler I've left to say.
Who wants to start us off?
I'll go first.
Oh.
The MCU is getting its first 5 bang from me.
Oh,
Wow.
shit!
It's 5 bang in this puppy.
5 bang.
I loved it that much.
That's
Five
it.
bang.
Wow.
5 bang.
Yeah.
Wow. Tyler.
This is a heavy 4 for me.
Wow. Adam. The anticipation is building.
I'm shaking. It will be a 4 for me. Reserve the right to increase on rewatches, though.
Of course.
Okay.
Could be a 5. Could be a 5 one day.
Yeah, This movie makes me excited. I think Anthony and Joe Russo are doing an amazing job with what they've done so far. You know, in the MCU. And I'm even more excited for Infinity War. Now that they're signed on to direct those movies, and seeing how they can take all these characters and give them all their own arcs and have everything fit together perfectly. So I'm hyped for the future of the MCU. Heavy 4 for me for Civil War. Really enjoyed this movie.
Actually,
I do have some, like I said, like I was saying, there's a couple nitpicks for me, a couple of things, but overall I really enjoyed it. So let's get into spoilers then. Anything we want to mention? I'll jump in. Here's one nitpick that I had. Definitely spoiler. Ant-Man becomes Giant Man.
Yeah.
5.
Why was he so slow? I mean, is that part of his character? He's like a big lumbering, like
Shout out to Jake McCandle. He said that too.
super slow. I'm like, wait, is this supposed to be like your, superpower like moment where you just go crazy like Hulk and just destroy everyone, get huge? But yet he was so weak in that form for me. Like, and he just got toppled like an AT-AT.
A couple reasons I would say would be it's his second time doing it,
Yeah.
and the first time he's actually held it for that long apparently.
Yeah, you could argue first time doing it.
And also like makes sense. You're like super big, of course you're gonna be like a lot slower.
Especially if it was like your first time, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
He's just like bumbling around like an idiot like the whole time.
Well, they
it's
couldn't
like
have him like kill everyone.
Yeah, because Ant-Man's not like proficient at what he does really.
Yeah, that's why it's
at
even
least.
funnier. He's just
Like I said,
okay
it's a
with it.
minor nitpick for me.
I
Like
was okay with it.
the whole time, I'm like, oh my god, he's so slow.
I
all the
love
time.
Giant Man being in it because he wasn't.
But
in
I did
Ant-Man.
like it goes both ways for me. Like
Yeah,
I liked the moment, and he had some funny lines while he was Giant Man too.
there's someone in me.
But it just kind of like I was like, oh wait, what? But like I said, it's minor. It's minor.
Yeah, I can believe I had forgotten. I think they said Giant Man would be in it, but I'd totally forgotten. So I was like, oh my god, they did it! Like, that's amazing.
No, here's what happened.
Got
Okay?
spoiled by like a Lego set or something,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Lego released a set, or at least
Classic,
it became available, a photo of some of the sets that were going to be coming out,
Okay.
and it was Giant Man at the airport, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, is Ant-Man going to become Giant Man in the movie?" Blah blah blah. But they never confirmed anything.
Oh,
right?
really?
It's not the first time Lego has like spoiled things.
That is weird. Can Lego stop ruining things, please?
Didn't
It's
Lego
not their
do
fault.
something-
It's not their fault.
They're allowed
because-
to.
Sounds like it's their fault totally.
But here's the thing: is they're given certain information about the movie early on.
Right.
They design it so early, and they don't know. Maybe they would reveal it in the trailer. Like they don't know. This is before all that, right?
They should wait. Fuck them.
There should be some oversight, though. There should be some
Yeah.
approvals
Communication?
for that stuff.
Hey, can we
There should be
release
like a
Giant
body, a governing body
Man? Yeah.
that tells them when and where they can do things.
Me and Tim will run it.
I was going for a Civil War joke. They split on it because it's. Never mind.
Adam, kill yourself.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the realization to kick in. Did you?
I realized,
Okay,
yeah.
thank
It's not
God.
funny, though.
There it is.
Anyway.
I thought it was good.
The biggest spoiler of the movie for me,
Mhm.
the Russo bros put the Booth staircase truck from Arrested Development in the movie, which is insane. Me and Tim...
Fill me in because I never watched the rest of it.
No.
Russell Crowe, they drive around in like a staircase car, like you see at the airports. That's like their family car, and that shows up in the airport.
with Booth on
With,
the
like,
side, which is the family
kidding me?
last name.
Bluth.
Bluth,
Bluth,
right?
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
hilarious.
And the Russo bros directed Arrested Development.
Yeah, yeah.
obviously. Yeah.
There's one other thing that I want to mention about Ant-Man that I really enjoyed, and that's the scene where he goes into Iron Man's suit.
Yeah.
So there's a great use of his
Amazing.
ability.
Yeah.
And there's besides that, there's another moment where he's like running to get on. I forget, was that to run to get onto Iron Man as he
Sounds
flew
right.
by? And he's like running, like super sprinting, and it just zooms out, and he's just like on this like staircase, just like moving like 2 centimeters a second. It was just, I love that. How
I don't remember that.
No?
I missed that moment.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
really?
Yeah. Shit.
It was like a very quick like thing, but it cracked me up at the moment.
So he's running against like a.
No, he's like on like one of the staircases that go to like a
Plane.
A plane.
Yeah.
It's not moving or anything.
Okay.
But it's like there's a shot of him like running like intensely to like catch up to the
Like
edge.
zoomed
so he
in.
Yeah.
zoomed in like with him, and then it zooms out. There's another shot from a distance, and you just see Ant-Man just running super slowly like across.
Sort of
it.
like the train thing.
Yeah, very similar to the train. I love how they utilize that.
I want to talk about how ruthless this movie got with like Captain America lodging his shield into Iron Man's chest.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
great.
god, is he dead?
They're both like bleeding.
yeah.
I guess we can talk about that, like the motivation for that fight. Much
That
like
was
Batman
a
v
great.
Superman
That was a great reveal.
had to do with mothers,
Yeah.
but like this one actually
Ugh.
felt like legit reason why they're fighting. Makes perfect
And
sense.
I didn't see that coming at all. I kind of had an inkling of maybe there's something important here that we're missing from that Winter Soldier flashback to 1991.
You didn't know that?
What?
That it was his parents? That he
What? In
killed
the
his
very
parents?
beginning?
Yeah.
No.
That's a common comic book. Did anyone know that?
Well, okay.
I knew his parents died.
And we knew that it was because
We
of
argued
Hydra.
this when the trailer came out.
No, it was me and you that argued this.
We knew it was
Um,
Hydra
that was
that had
Tim.
it.
We knew it was Hydra that did it, but we didn't know that it was the Winter Soldier that did it.
Tim, literally, you can listen to the episode. Tim
I know.
says Winter
I
Soldier
was
killed his
mistaken.
parents.
I wasn't
weren't.
confirmed on that though.
Because there was no confirmation.
Yeah,
That's insane, but you were right.
I was right.
That's crazy.
Well,
Spoiler alert, Winter Soldier kills Iron Man's parents.
Like brutally,
yeah, I knew.
like
savagely.
breaks
Yeah,
into
speaking of
like,
savage,
his
yeah,
dad's
Face
face
crushing.
and like chokes his mom.
chokes his mom out, like
Incredible.
with the good hand, like the flesh hand.
It's true, not his metal hand.
Ruthless.
Ruthless.
Like, he felt her die.
How about him just bodying the car with his metal hand, like just comes up beside it, just like stiff arms it into the thing.
Crazy.
But yeah, that was the only annoying part, I guess, that I knew that reveal. Like, I didn't have the suspense.
I didn't. So
You guys are
it's
lucky.
like, it's like the Sixth Sense. I actually didn't
Yeah,
know
the
the
opposite.
reveal. And I
Really?
enjoyed
So
it.
was your mind blown?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Because like that scene,
knew,
the scene
like,
from
I read the
1991
law.
happens, and he's getting that blue serum or whatever it is,
Super
that
soldier.
super
serum.
soldier serum,
Yeah.
and
Right.
you're like, okay, like there's some backstory here. Like, where's that serum gonna go? Like, that's gonna tie in somehow. And I felt like it was about that at first, and then there's the reveal where the scene happens again, and you see a little bit more. And you're like, oh shit.
For me, it was when
It blew my mind.
I think it was he was doing like he was talking at MIT. He was doing like a symposium at MIT for all the it was all the
Grants
students there.
and-
Yeah,
yeah.
all giving the grants. And so when he did like that virtual walk, like back, like kind of flashback there.
Yeah.
That to me is what like that's when I first started thinking that it was going to be his parents were going to be involved somehow, because he kept talking about 1991, and Zemo kept talking about 91, and then they did this flashback. So it was like somehow these guys, like all this has to be connected. Like keep going back to this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where like it first jumped out at me. But I didn't know like that was going to happen.
Wow, I'm amazed you guys didn't know.
How crazy was that de-aging effect on Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
as well, right?
It's great.
Yeah. Well, is it like just amazing?
Jarring.
Just as amazing as
You didn't like it.
I didn't dislike it. I was just like taken out of the movie. I was like, what the fuck?
I was kind of taken away by it just because I was way too like overanalyzing it.
Were you like too aroused by seeing?
Yeah.
I was.
I was gonna say,
I was just like, oh my god, he's so young. We have a chance now.
It actually really reminded me of Michael Douglas in it.
Yes, exactly. In
Of course.
Ant-Man.
Like, obviously.
Yeah.
It's done sparingly there. I like that it was a hologram.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like literally a flashback, and I was like,
Yeah.
God, this is cheese. But then when he like,
This is how I wish it happened.
yeah, I was like, oh,
It's funny because
save.
Robert Downey Jr. did a season in Saturday Night Live,
Right.
and so he looks identical
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's such a good job. Like it
Yeah?
literally looks like when he was like 20.
When he was younger.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. I gotta
Yeah.
look at that.
But when did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang come out? Wasn't that?
07?
Oh, that's a bit later than that.
Yeah, okay.
2007.
But it was like you looked
The
exactly
clean
like
shaven,
when he was younger.
like baby face.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Shit.
Looked identical.
Yeah.
So they did a very good job with that.
I'm also I was a little disappointed no one died. You guys at all?
Yeah, honestly, I thought War Machine was gonna
Me
bite the
too.
dust.
I thought for sure.
From the trailer, I was like, oh my god.
I thought it was too obvious.
From the trailer, I was like, he's not going to die because they wouldn't have shown that much in the trailer.
Yeah, it was too obvious there.
Yeah, that's true.
But he did get paralyzed.
He got paralyzed, but
Thank
he's
God.
in an Iron Man suit, so
He
obviously
should be fine.
he doesn't. He could be paralyzed and no one cares.
Cop
Like,
out.
yeah,
Cop out.
What about Frank Grillo?
Ooh,
Crossbones.
Yeah.
shafted.
Yeah, he got pretty fast there.
Yeah,
Burned alive.
Minimized
Again,
role.
yeah.
Again?
yeah.
For a second time? Jesus.
Underused as.
I don't really care about Crossbones.
Yeah.
I feel
I mean,
There's so
he's
much-
major in the comic book.
He's like a
He
henchman
kills-
in the comic book.
He
though,
kills
so-
Captain America in the Civil War comic book.
Yeah, but like, how
What?
cool- Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know this.
Although
Even still, though, he's like
by
a Red
kills,
Skull henchman. Like,
he shoots him with like a time bullet, and Captain America's like displaced in time, so they think he's dead,
Wow,
but he's not
don't
actually
ever
dead.
want to hear that again.
oh my god, I cannot
Time,
believe
I
you
never
just
want to
said-
hear time bullet again.
Yeah.
That's awful. Anyway,
I'm
You
just
would
in
know that,
shock
too.
of that. That's just a plot
It's the
device.
thing that happens
full
in that comic
nerd,
series.
like comic, like wow.
A
gross.
time bullet. I'm just shocked.
I don't know. I kind of wanted to see more of like what this like of new Crossbones. Like I thought it was like it was really his suit was really cool. You know, like he was just, I
It was
thought it was
nice wink.
badass.
He could have easily been like the main villain or something, but in another movie, in another
Yeah.
like dimension.
Yeah.
But they decided not to. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty okay with him.
kind of reminds me of like a Bane character from like Batman, like just a big mercenary guy who just kills you. He's just a badass.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
liked how ruthlessly Iron Man just didn't want to hear Falcon. He's like, Tony, listen, just like shoots him,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
instantly, no hesitation. I was like, yes, like it was amazing, and he just point blank kicks Winter Soldier in the face after removing his metal arm. Like,
Yeah.
that's savage, Tony Stark. I loved it.
Can we talk about Winter Soldier a little bit? The ending, the sort of conclusion to his character's arc. Like, he loses his arm, he
Right.
doesn't want it back, and he wants to go into like deep sleep again.
Mid-credits scene, right?
Yeah.
Or was this in?
it was mid credits.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on his character going forward? Because, like Tim said,
He signed on for a
he
lot.
signed on for a bunch more movies. So, how do you think that's going to
I
work?
think he's going to pop up in Black Panther movie for sure.
Chris Evans only has 2 more movies
He's,
on his
he
contract.
gets
another
frozen
one.
in Wakanda, so he's going to be in the Black Panther movie.
Right.
And Black Panther, Wakanda is where vibranium's from, which is what his arm's made out of.
Oh my god,
So he's going to get his arm back.
Tim, you've cracked the code.
Captain America will probably pop up in Black Panther movie too. I
Common
assume.
thing you have to remember though, with
Maybe.
contracts, it's not that he has to be in 9 movies.
No, he
right?
signed on to appear in it.
They can use him if they.
But now
want.
it makes sense for Winter Soldier, now that you say that. Like, obviously he's in Wakanda, but I don't know, yeah. He'll obviously show up.
He'll be in the
Yeah.
Black Panther movie. There's going to be a plot to get Winter Soldier like out.
And
from
we'll
someone.
be
my
dealing
guess.
with
I agree.
Andy Serkis,
Andy Serkis will be in it.
who will definitely be in it, who is a vibranium.
Maybe he wants
minor.
his arm or something. Like,
Yeah,
and also Andy Serkis also lost an arm.
yeah. A lot of arms flying around.
Oh, what's his name?
Star
What's
Wars
his character's
shout out.
name?
Claw?
Augustus
Yeah,
Claw.
Ulysses Claw.
Yeah.
Ulysses?
Yeah, he also is missing an arm.
Yeah.
In the comics, spoiler, like he has an adamantium arm in the comics.
Well, not
too.
spoiler. It's he lost his arm in Age of Ultron. You can just assume that he was going to.
But he hasn't received. We haven't seen his arm. His new arm.
Unless you're an idiot, you can just assume that they're going to give him a vibranium.
He has
arm.
kind of a lame arm in the comics though, because it's like a sound wave gun.
Yeah, I'm sure that
Arm.
would change. So
They used
It's
that a couple
very
of times.
cheesy.
that was Winter Soldier's like that was Iron Man's like little
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Thing.
his like watch.
His watch.
Got, like morphed
Yeah.
into his hand.
which was
I
awesome.
do love that. I do always really like that shot of from the trailer where Winter Soldier is point blank, and Iron Man catches the gun and he pulls the trigger.
Yeah, bad
It was
luck.
just so
like,
ruthless.
what the
Like,
you were
try
gonna
to shoot
shoot
me.
me, man.
you're gonna kill me,
I
bro.
was like, what the hell, dude?
You're about to kill me.
I liked how he just ruthlessly like kicked Tony Stark's ass. And next time you see him, he's got like a black eye and
Yeah.
shit. It's just like get fucked up, Tony
Get
Stark.
wrecked.
Something else that like one of my little like my concerns about there, something that I really did not like about this was the other soldiers, the other super soldiers, didn't give a shit about them.
Yeah,
I felt it was so
can't believe I forgot to
unimportant,
say that.
and it's just like it could have been totally taken out and it wouldn't have mattered.
I agree. Like
It's like
don't-
it was the Jar Jar
because that
Civil
was
War.
like
I
a
wouldn't
red
go that
herring
far.
to me. I was
That-
like,
Yeah, it was
they're
a
gonna
fake out.
introduce- I was like, it's gonna be lame to have like them fighting like 5
Yeah.
soldiers. Like
That's
that's
the-
gonna be stupid. And then
That's like a Fox thing to do or something, you know? Like
Yeah.
they would do
Netflix.
that.
yeah, and then it's not. Zumo's like gone and like shot these people. I was like, what the fuck is this guy's
It
plan?
was
then?
so unimportant.
But that's why I was like excited to see it. I was like,
His plan was to force the Avengers to fight themselves and destroy themselves,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And he, almost succeeded, but he got them to fight because, it was revealed that, what happened with Winter Soldier killing his parents, like that was the actual, like,
yeah. So it's made to
goal.
think that these 5 soldiers are gonna be like the main villains of this
And
movie.
Zumo's like,
or
no,
something
don't
like
give a
that,
shit.
but it's not.
Kill
It's
them.
like
They're
sure,
collectively
these
in
guys.
it for maybe 90 seconds of the
Yeah,
movie.
it's fine.
This movie like perfectly gave us like a great Captain America versus Iron Man story, while also getting you hyped for the
Everything else.
Spider-Man and
Yeah.
Black Panther movies, and like Batman v Superman did not.
No, they opened up
Yeah.
like a email attachment of all the other
Literally.
right?
Disgusting.
Literally.
Disgusting.
While they set up Black Panther like perfectly into this story, where like you
I'm
know
gonna throw
his
up.
character, you know his background.
It's so true.
Disgusting.
Like that makes me hate that so much more now that I've seen this, and I knew that would be the case.
Plus, there's like this movies are like thematically pretty similar about like
Totally the beat by beat,
vigilante
almost.
and
Ideals clashing.
ideals
and-
clashing, and like the collateral damage from like all these big action
they're
fights and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
very similar actually.
Spider-Man's like the Wonder Woman of the movie.
yeah, just pops in.
Obviously, way better.
My
Yeah.
sorry, my other thing was the prison, the underwater prison. Did that bug anyone else?
No, it seemed pretty much in sync with everything else.
I think that is
Bug.
so overkill. It took me right out of it. Like
Tell you about what happens in the comic.
Oh,
they played
shit.
it down.
No, yeah, they played it down. In the comic,
They're
What are
inside
they
a
on the moon
whale.
or something?
they get sent
Space
to
station?
Yeah, the one from
like the zero dimension or whatever it is.
Okay.
The okay, I know
The,
the never zone.
negative zone? The
Negative
near-
zone.
Yeah, they get sent there instead. There's a prison in the
The
negative zone
negative zone.
that they get put into.
Is that less
that
overkill
better?
than the ocean?
That's like right up there with Time Bullet. That's like,
The negative zone.
I thought,
Wow.
but that's like the thing I wanted to talk about was like when Tony came back around, like talked to Scott Lang. I don't remember what he said to him, but it was just like it was something that was like stupid and hilarious. I was just like, this is
Hank
again.
Pym thing? You said it earlier?
No, was that it?
Hank Pym said, "Never can trust a Stark."
Yeah,
Who the hell are you?
it was something. It was something. Maybe that was it. I think that was.
Yeah,
it.
that was his quip when he was in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was just like it was awesome, but I didn't like.
I have a question. Oh,
Yeah.
What? You didn't like that?
I didn't like that prison. I feel like they could have gone like in like a Supermax or something like that.
Yeah, they could have gone to the
Did you guys
negative zone.
Tim, you're staring me down. I'm scared. Did you guys stay for the after credits?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to mention that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ty?
Yes, but I don't know
After
what it was though.
credits.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I liked it. Funny. Didn't like get me hype or anything. But
What was it
funny.
again? Sorry.
He has like a watch or a wristband or something.
Oh,
that's like
yeah,
an
yeah,
Iron
yeah.
Man.
Gave him, yeah.
Yeah, like
Looked
gadget.
like a decoder.
But I like the
from-
like. What was that guy's name? Would be up at school? Steve from Brooklyn.
No.
I'm like,
His
he better have
friend-
been big. He was huge.
He had his friend that was huge. I mean,
yeah,
huge.
That's good.
Amazing. And then like the Spider-Man logo, I was trying to figure out like what was happening there, but I guess it was nothing. Just saying that Spider-Man movie's coming.
Yeah, he has a little light in the comics, like originally.
A light.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a little like spider light, like that.
Really?
I don't know what it's used for, but he does.
That's crazy.
I'm
Is it like a
assuming this is
computer
gonna be
thing?
like,
Like
a.
he can like use it to like do certain things. Like
I don't know. In the
Yeah,
comics,
it's
I think it's
physically
literally like
light.
I think it's like the bat version, or the Spider-Man
Bat
version of like a
signal?
lead. In the comics, it's like used a few times. In this, I assume it's going to be like Iron Man's
Some
way of,
gadget.
of contacting him or something.
I was gonna say I think it
Because
was
Iron Man's popping up in Homecoming.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know that.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It just. It's
I
just
know.
that seems like a natural like, flow of the plot.
Yeah,
there,
I guess that's
'cause-
what it is. It's just a way of saying he's going to be in touch with Iron Man in his movie.
Yeah.
And then when it said Spider-Man will return, like people clapped
Yeah.
in the crowd. It was awesome. One guy at the very back went, "Yeah!" Like a football game.
Okay.
It was epic.
Yeah.
So,
Like, We already knew that.
I know. I was like, I don't know how
I know,
people didn't know
yeah.
that, but
Do you like live under a rock?
It's bizarre that people don't know that, but
I have one last point before I'm done. It was
So moving on to the news.
I was
anyway, yeah. News?
Go ahead.
the 10 words that threw Bucky back into. I know you talked about this.
Me?
The 10 words that threw Bucky back into his trigger words. The trigger words that they threw him back
Triggered.
in. Yeah, that triggered his Winter Soldier mindset. One of them was Homecoming.
yeah.
Did anyone?
Whoa, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
They mentioned that.
I noticed
it's
that.
just a coincidence. They said that.
There's no way that's a coincidence. They could have
did?
picked any word ever.
One of the trigger words was homecoming.
Yeah, who mentioned there was a coincidence?
Some person I read
Kevin
today.
Feige, like, type person?
I'm
Marvel?
calling
Like someone from Marvel was like, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a.
complete bullshit.
I thought that too. Like, how would a trigger word for Winter Soldier
Be homecoming.
have anything to do with Spider-Man? Makes no sense.
Well, it was
Because
Yeah.
they're not like
one of the
connected in the
podcasts
same
I
universe.
listened
or
to is
anything.
Weekly Planet, and one of the guys does like breakdown videos.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that some of the numbers, like there's like 1917, which is like the year Bucky's born in.
Yeah.
There's Freight Car, which is like what he falls out of
Yeah.
when he's on the train.
Those make sense.
What's
That don't
homecoming?
make sense. Then Homecoming, he's like, it could be like a reference to the Spider-Man movie.
No,
and,
it's
like,
totally referenced to the Spider-Man movie.
Well, is there any other explanation
No.
for why homecoming?
Well, I
that
thought
makes
about
me
it.
believe Ty a bit, because, like,
But what, like Winter Soldier's gonna pop up in Spider-Man? Like,
maybe.
no.
No,
It's
he's
frozen
in
in
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Correct.
No, but like there's got to be
Right.
some time. They could have picked any word ever, and it was Homecoming.
Remains to be seen.
Conspiracy theory.
You guys are making me look
Put him in the
insane
loony
right
bin.
now. I belong in the underwater prison.
I won't
Like, this
call
is
you
like-
crazy, Ty. I won't call you crazy.
Thank you. Okay.
I noticed it, but I don't know if there's any credence to it.
I don't know. There was what? There was no. Actually, I'm not going to try to explain it because I'll make myself
Yeah,
sound
just
even
get
more
him with
crazy.
the time.
We don't.
bullet.
We don't necessarily know the reason for the title of the Spider-Man movie either. Like Homecoming is sort of it's a high school like event, which
It's got to be.
it's
something
got to be
like
based
that,
around
no?
It's
that.
also Spider-Man coming home to Marvel
And the meta
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
right away. Yeah.
So again, how does high school homecoming have anything to do with it? Winter Soldier trigger word.
He crashes Homecoming.
He spikes the punch.
Like, yeah.
Picks up all the ladies.
Probably.
And Aunt May.
Probably. And Aunt May.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Well, let's move on then into our news topics of the week. We got some big casting news this week.
Oh.
You know, big search for a character, beloved character, and that is Han Solo has finally been cast for his solo film. Alden Ehrenriec from Hail Caesar, Blue Jasmine, among others, young up-and-coming actor, has officially been cast as the young Han Solo in the spin-off Star Wars movie. Guys, what are your thoughts? Is this a good fit? Can he live up to the expectations of Harrison Ford and the character of Han Solo?
Oh, God.
Tyler.
Who wants to go first?
I heard the sigh. What do you
I only
got?
have like
You.
I'm trying to. Looks nothing like me.
That's
I'm
not
trying to. I'm trying. Like I've only ever seen.
Yeah, I know
him.
he looks pretty, good looking.
Yeah, it looks nothing like me. Just. Anyway,
Sorry, I took you out of your.
I've only
Pretty
ever
good.
seen him in Hail Caesar,
Okay.
so I have that to work with.
It's a
He was
lot to
fantastic
work
in
with.
Hail Caesar.
He was, but he was like
A
not.
Texas, like he's not Harrison.
He's
not
not.
Han Solo.
He's not a young Han Solo. So I don't know what I feel about this. So already I'm thinking no, just because I got nothing to go
You
on.
want a cowboy?
I got nothing to go on.
Okay.
Anyone else? Come on, give me something like.
Well, you have to, in this conversation, you have to imagine and kind of stretch your imagination. You can't just be like, nope, I have nothing to go on.
Well, no, I have to say no because I've got nothing. So with that,
So you don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like, no.
No, I'm not
it's
saying no.
Bad.
No. I'm not saying it's bad casting. I'm not because I don't know. I don't know him from any one of the other ones.
Adam, what are your thoughts then?
My thoughts.
Yes.
I'm next.
Give me your thoughts.
Well, obviously a massive decision, like a casting decision, like massive.
Huge casting call for this role. Like
right.
So many people went through the audition process to compete for this role.
And you could almost say the movie could kind of hinder on who plays Han Solo.
For sure.
Right?
The entire movie is riding on his performance.
Yeah.
So to that I say, I don't know either. I have no fucking clue. I've only seen him in Hail Caesar, which he was good in, but in no way did I see any semblance of Han Solo. So I think he could do it. If we're talking looks, and I'm just supposed to, in my mind, slide him in as what, I don't even know how old. They said 19, but he looks 30. So that right there, I don't even know. A young Han Solo. It's going to be hard to, like, just looks-wise. But obviously he could capture the essence of his character and get his mannerisms and whatnot down.
I pulled up a photo here of this Alden Ehrenriec, and
Nailed it.
I'm not good with.
He nailed it.
But it's a picture, just like a facial mannerism that looks like I would say is Han Solo-esque.
If you Google Alden Ehrenriec, I think Ehrenreich,
do your best.
Whatever, Alden. You go if you find pictures of him smirking with that like sly kind of sarcastic smirk.
You see it.
You can see it a bit. Yeah, I can see it a bit.
Let me jump in.
Oh
okay.
Shit!
I love this casting.
Whoa!
Okay.
Love.
He's perfect. I think he's gonna knock it out of the park.
What?
I think his face looks so similar, and I think he can nail those mannerisms. I think you're right with those smirks.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I can imagine him just with that hair with the vest on, just crushing it. His facial structure is very similar.
And you have to think, Lord and Miller obviously have him in the costume with the hair, and they're seeing the closest thing to Han they can see in this audition. So I do trust them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I'm not saying he's going to be
I've
bad.
seen him in more than Hail Caesar. I've seen Blue Jasmine.
Yeah, so
I've seen Blue Jasmine. I didn't even know he's in it. Who's he in Blue Jasmine?
He's Kate Blanchett's son. He has a smaller part, but he's in it, and he has some good scenes. But I've seen him do something besides his Hail Caesar role, which is very campy and over the top almost.
Yeah, of course.
Almost, it's pretty over the top, with the accent and everything. Would that it were, all that shit. But I can see his range a little bit. Going from Blue Jasmine, where he plays a pissed off hipster kid, to then going to a Texas movie star, very different. But I'm very excited for this. I mean, we'll see once they maybe release a photo of him and
get hyped for that photo.
Yeah,
that's gonna
as
break
Han
the
Solo. But I think it's of all the people that they had, tested for the role, all the people that went through the audition process that they said were in that finalist group, he was the one guy who I thought when I saw the list, I was like, this kid, he could be Han Solo. The other ones, I'm like,
nah.
I don't know. I don't really see them.
Miles Teller.
Nah, not Han Solo. This
he would have been the perfect choice.
This kid,
no, he would not.
I believe,
perfect.
Will be great. That's my opinion. Tim, I want to know your thoughts.
You want to know my thoughts on that?
I want to know your thoughts.
This kid's gonna be great.
What?
That's right, Tim.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I loved him in Hail Caesar. He was the best part of that movie for me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think he's gonna be great. Yeah, I was gonna be happy with either him or when the kid from
Jack Reader?
Kingsman got tossed in there as well.
Taron
Egerton would have been great as well. Either one of those would have been fine, and I'm happy with this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, moving on into our next news topic then, and that is the news. There's a couple of news little tidbits within this one story. Firstly, being Russell Crowe is going to be joining the Mummy movie starring Tom Cruise, and the other little tidbit there is that he's going to be playing Dr. Jekyll. Wow, is he playing Mr. Hyde too? I'm guessing.
Probably.
We'll find out.
Let's hope.
There's a lot in this story, including some of the comments that he made that this movie is designed to really genuinely scare you, as well as the fact that his character is playing a fairly minor role, but with the possibility of future spin-off for Dr. Jekyll. So, what are your thoughts of Russell Crowe joining the Mummy franchise, the Universal Monsters franchise?
I think it's odd because when they announced this whole like franchise thing, Dr. Jekyll never got brought up. It was Invisible Man, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I think, right?
Bride
We were
of
talking about
Mummy
Angelina
and then
Jolie.
Wolfman, maybe. I don't know if Wolfman got mentioned or not.
Frankenstein, you said? Yeah.
They
So,
did Wolfman once.
I was just surprised. Like, I'm not surprised he's in it. I'm kind of surprised that it's Dr. Jekyll. It's odd.
Well, the fact, like the fact that they're doing like the Invisible Man and the Mummy, like those are like classic stories. So like for this, like seeing Dr. Jekyll, it's not much of a reach for me.
It makes sense though.
Makes
Like
sense.
that
I see
accurate,
that.
but I was just surprised. I know they were going to go that way.
It'll be very interesting to see, because this movie is like modern day.
Yeah.
How does Dr. Jekyll fit into modern day?
Hold on, they're modern daying
It's
this.
modern day, yeah.
Yes.
This in,
For
This
sure.
is not a period piece.
wait, hold on. All these movies, they're modern daying them.
They're modern day.
Well, if they're tied in, then
Aww.
You guys should see Ty's eyes when he was terrified at that news.
that
I'm
sinking
so
feeling.
bummed.
He's like, what? No.
I'm like instantly 30% less interested now.
So it's the sort of
So you're
synopsis that they've
70%
given.
interested.
Yes.
The synopsis that they've given for this is that Tom Cruise plays a terrorist
Hunter?
hunter, I guess. I don't know. Is he CIA? Is he FBI? Is he
Bounty-
counterterrorism?
Dog the Bounty Hunter? But TC?
Yes, he is. He's got the dreads and everything.
Jesus.
He's trying to fight terrorists or find terrorists, and he stumbles upon the Mummy while during this. So they are modernizing it.
I like
So, yeah, my question from this is, like, Russell Crowe, Dr. Jekyll, okay, that seems cool to me. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see how he'll look, but the main thing for me is, how does that fit into modern day? I don't know.
Well, maybe the fact that they haven't mentioned, well, maybe that's how it fits in. They haven't said that he's playing Hyde, so maybe that's how it fits in. He's not actually going to be.
Come on.
Well, no, he's going to, but like maybe they haven't decided. Maybe they haven't figured out how they're going to do it yet. Like it's.
Well, I'll tell you how they're going to do it.
A scientist.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
he's
he's
Around
obviously a
with
scientist.
something.
And he's going to turn it into a rage monster. Sound familiar? They're going for a team-up superhero Avengers vibe.
They got to get
here,
the Hulk
boys.
in.
Well,
here.
at the same
gotta
time,
get the
though,
I mean,
Hulk.
Mr. Hyde.
well, they've already like that was done way before the Hulk was. That's the story of Dr. Jekyll.
True.
Yeah.
But this movie's done after Avengers. It's made
League of
villains.
Extraordinary Gentlemen was done before the Avengers.
And it's shit.
I have
Dr. Jekyll
I have
was
this
ahead.
John Carter vibe for some reason.
Yes.
Because John Carter, the book, was written way before all this other science fiction stuff. Revolutionary in its story and what, was done at the time. It's written like,
101 years, I think.
yeah, like 1900 something, like
Yeah.
before, like around World War One. So, and it's this like story of like going to other planets, like, a lot of inspiration was taken from, The Princess of Mars, which is the book, for like Star
Yeah.
Wars, Avatar, all these other big science fiction things. But when John Carter came out, flat, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's seen it before.
Right.
So, yes, while Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is like a very old classic story from like whatever 1800s or whatever, it's now been rehashed in other ways before.
I want to make clear, I'm not saying that the character's copying the Hulk. I understand Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was before the Hulk.
Okay.
But
I
saying
have
his
this-
use in the team will
Yeah,
copy the
I'm with you in
Hulk's.
that because we've already seen the Hulk. Just for
Yeah.
modern like movie going
Yeah.
audience, we've already seen that. So like how it will translate, I don't know.
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm saying that's obviously what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Do you guys agree?
Yeah, 100%.
They're trying to sell this as like a horror movie. I don't believe it for a second. It's
Well,
Avengers ripoff.
That's the thing. If they were doing it as a
Style.
period piece, that I would believe that they're doing like a homage to classic
I
horror.
wish.
Then I could see that being like a thriller horror feel. But now
They
that
have modern horror movies.
not with this though.
This should definitely be taking place in like the 30s.
Yeah, like this
Yeah?
is way.
I'd be
I don't really
way
care.
more hype if it was,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
It would
like
be League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
yes,
it's fine.
and I'm
Yeah.
totally okay with that.
You guys like that? movie?
Love it, actually.
Hate the movie, love the comic series.
Yeah, like the aesthetics
agree.
is just way cooler in the 30s for this type of stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, well I love the movie. So.
that's disturbing. I hate that movie, but Anyway, yeah,
Did I just catch that?
Oh yeah. But does that surprise you really?
it doesn't surprise me
about
at
to be
all.
sick.
It's
It happens
one of the worst movies
every
ever.
week. And,
We'd keep a
I was-
bucket beside the microphone.
yeah. I'm about to vomit once a week.
Tim, do you like Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen? You just gagged.
Almost threw it from my mouth.
Anyways, yeah, I don't buy the like horror cover story. They're obviously going for like an action superhero franchise,
Yeah.
which could be good. Like, I'm open to it. I like the comic like idea of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I'm excited. I'm excited. I love TC, my boy TC.
Mm-hmm. My boy JD.
His boy JD, don't love him.
We won't be seeing.
No, he was confirmed.
Thank
I
God.
know he's Invisible Man though.
Fuck you. Cut.
I'm just glad he's going to be invisible.
Yeah, thank God. Let's hope he just like starts as the Invisible Man. There's no origin.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that. We're just gonna skip right over all.
Let's
They
hope
just use a
he
stunt double the whole
also
time.
goes
and just put his
mute.
name on it.
Maybe they can like cut the Invisible Man's tongue out so he can't talk. That would be perfect role for Johnny Depp. The
Invisible,
mute man.
speechless mute man. The perfect role.
They have him do like the mocap for it, and you just take him out.
$25 million paycheck for that. Oh my God.
You guys make me sad.
Johnny, I really want you to put some energy into this. Give us some emotion in your face. We really want to see how you feel during the scene.
Okay. Sappy. He just is Jack Sparrow in my mind. So that's how he talks. Ty, I don't know if you need that.
Yeah,
Scott,
so
give
yeah.
your thoughts. What do you
I'm kind of ambivalent towards it.
don't give a fuck?
Yeah.
All right. I agree.
Like,
Will Crow keep the
I
barrel?
hope what he's saying is
Says he's gonna
true,
be hot
but
or not.
True.
it's hard because a lot of it's very early. Obviously, they want to build hype for the movie, so they're talking it up a little bit. So it's
Also, do I trust Alex Kurtzman to make his directorial debut?
honestly I don't. personally.
Jesus.
Well, here's my question: is he cast in his own movie, or is he cast in the Mummy movie?
In the Mummy,
Okay,
Who? Crow?
Crow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Johnny Depp in The Mummy?
No, I heard he's
No.
in his own.
No.
The writer's pretty good.
What's he done?
Kurtzman?
He wrote Prometheus, but Damon Lindelof is the one that's blamed for ruining that movie.
He's the original guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was also writing Doctor Strange.
Yes. Okay,
We'll see where that
okay.
lands.
Yeah,
little bit
Kurtzman is a
more-
writer, and he's written a lot of shit.
It's very true.
That's weird. Like, why do they have a writer directing? I'm just confused.
He must
He's
have
trying
done
to
something.
step up his game.
Yeah.
Move
With
up
like
the
a
ladder.
big blockbuster like that, though, isn't that crazy to you?
Some people just get on that arc. I feel some people in the business, a lot of directors, like big directors, start off doing their own smaller films, and then work their way towards the big budget ones.
That's what you should do.
But some people get into the business and have worked their way through the industry in other ways, like writing.
Yeah.
And they've seen the process. They've been on set, and they've seen how it's done, and then they want to take the step into doing big blockbusters.
I could see his producer credentials helping because he was on set producing with J.J. Abrams on Mission Impossible 3, Star Trek. So at least
people like that, I understand them stepping forward into the director's chair, as opposed to someone who starts from just filmmaking point of view as a young adult or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see. Moving on into our last news topic of the week, and that is the news that Michael Fassbender will be starring in the upcoming... I'm not sure if this is the title of the film. I'm guessing it is. Entering Haidis, a story of a serial killer from Austria, I believe, originally.
Really? I didn't even know that.
I believe somewhere in Europe, Germany, Austria, something like that. I don't know much information of the rest of the cast. I'm not sure if there's any other characters or who's directing, but the story of this... It's a real life story of a serial killer who ends up going to jail early in his life. This real life serial killer, and he becomes a model, rehabilitated criminal, and the media is loving him for being, he's a great guy now. And then when he finally gets released, he goes back to his serial killer ways, but yet during the day he's like a news reporter reporting on murders, and at night he's a killer. True story.
I can't believe that's a true story.
True story. What are you guys' thoughts of Michael Fassbender leading this film about a serial killer?
I'll start off,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Adam.
I'd like to start by saying when you said he comes out of prison and becomes a model, I thought you meant like a male model, like Zoolander
Like a
style.
model citizen in the eyes of the media.
Shit. That's sick. Like, we're gonna get like a Zoolander type, like, male
He comes
model
out of
by
prison and
day.
becomes a model.
Yeah.
It's like that guy, who's that? There's like a mugshot that went viral.
Yeah.
Of this guy was like,
good looking.
he gave the smolder to the camera. His mugshot.
Get hype. As a Fassbender fan, I'm hype as fuck right now because the story is mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it's true, but it's true. And you know, I'm obviously a huge fan of Michael Fassbender. I don't know who wouldn't be. Like, the guy's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This could be his Academy Award, I think, if he really goes for it, which I know he's capable of doing. It could be his American Psycho.
I was about to
type
say that.
thing, right? Yeah. See him go ape shit. It's gonna be great.
Like
Do we
the
have a
double
director?
life.
Director, writer? Any idea?
I'll consult the memory banks.
Yeah, I don't know. Fassbender's on a roll coming off Steve Jobs nominated performance. Can't wait. Can't see how it would be bad. Really. Ty, what do you think?
As soon as you said entering Hades, the first thing I thought of was the Disney 1997 Hercules movie, where with Hercules
my God.
with James Woods, like Hades voiced by James Woods, and so like I instantly imagined Michael Fassbender as that character.
The guy who's writing this movie wrote Birdman.
Well, let me reiterate how fucking hype I am then. Get hype.
He's also a co-producer on The Revenant.
So for any,
Yeah, I'm hype.
The jizz is flowing right now.
That's one way to put it. I'm bending fast, if you know what I mean. Switty?
so now
Are you
that
hype?
now that I know this is not a live
bending,
action
you're stiffening
of
fast.
1997's Disney's Hercules. Come on, don't tell me that like Michael Fassbender is not like the perfect embodiment of that Hades character.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like great Hades.
Or he would. He would.
gosh.
Thank you.
I'm looking at this, buddy.
Thanks. But that's not it.
Disgusting.
I'm not with them.
You want Channing Tatum as Hercules?
Yes.
I'm in.
We're in.
Wow.
Danny DeVito can come back as the little goat, goat thing.
He doesn't need costume at all.
No, he just comes back as
Gargoyle? Is he like a gargoyle or something?
no,
He's like a little like half goat, half man
right.
thing.
They look kind of like gargoyles.
Yeah, they do.
yeah, well, they look kind of like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
I'm very hyped for this. From everything you just said, I'm very hyped for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those true life stories that is like, it's, I don't know, it's bizarre. It seems like a movie, but it's like, it's so crazy it's actually true.
Yeah.
Kind of story.
It's one of those ones you think is fictional, but it's...
Yeah. It's
And you wouldn't believe it
You wouldn't believe it if you heard it.
in a movie.
Stranger than fiction,
Yes.
Yeah.
as they say.
That is the term I was looking for.
You're welcome.
But I'm so excited for this. I think
Yeah.
this is going to be amazing. We'll see what director gets attached, because right now there isn't a director attached. I just looked it up.
'Cause I think that was
Bizarre
really,
that they've cast someone but no director.
like
Yeah.
he must have done
Has to
really
be.
well.
It's very similar to Fassbender and Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Yeah.
He was
Does he have the rights to the story
Ubisoft-
or something?
the story for Assassin's Creed.
No, does he have the rights
This
to
one.
this one?
I don't know.
He must be producing it
Because it's like Leo D having rights to the Devil in the White City.
Yeah.
He would be smart to get the rights. He has his production company,
Yeah.
so maybe
He does have a production company?
Fassbender. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
producing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So like Ubisoft, the game company, wants to do their own like Marvel studio thing, Ubisoft Studio. So, but their strategy was to get the actor, and then get an A-list actor who can then get their own team of who they want to get for the movie. And Fassbender had just done Macbeth, so he got Justin Kurzel to direct Assassin's Creed. So maybe it's a similar situation. There's clearly the writer Birdman doing the script, so maybe they have seen some of the script, and they're like, we want Fassbender, and to star, and then we'll get a director.
What if you
It
brought
can work.
over Justin Kurzel?
That would be sick.
I'm in. That'd be amazing.
That would be sick. The first thing that I thought of when I read the story, there's a little bit more to the story, but I thought of Shame that Fassbender did, where he's like a sex addict, because the serial killer,
Yeah.
like his tendencies were to kill prostitutes, and like how he's like, he's a serial killer, obviously. So there's a lot of that going on, and for some reason, his performance in Shame really reminded me of that. He can play like a broken individual,
Somewhat of a double life.
Yeah, leading a double life, and this just makes me more excited.
It's awesome.
To see this movie, so I'm in. I'm all
How
in.
can you not be?
Tim, have you given
Oh
me
yeah, I'm
thoughts?
beyond excited for this. I love true crime stuff in general, and Michael Fassbender's like one of the best of our generation. So beyond excited for this. Yeah.
For some reason, as soon as you mentioned it, it reminded me of what's the Hugh Jackman.
Here we go. Where's this going?
No, guys, come on. This is a good connection. Don't break me off right away.
Okay.
Hugh Jackman and the guy I don't like, but I'm coming around to Zodiac.
Jake
Gyllenhaal. Prisoners. For some reason, as soon as you started talking about this, it got like a really weird, dark Prisoners vibe. Like it was.
Did not get that.
Not at all.
Slightest.
Don't get it.
So fuck me again. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should definitely, viewers out there, Google this story and read this. Or maybe you should wait off until you watch the movie. But let's just say this is a crazy story.
I love how you Scott, don't even acknowledge time. Just moving
Prisoners,
on.
I don't see it.
Yeah, we're prisoners to be in the same room as you. Continue.
Seriously. Because it's hard if you don't know the full story. Like, I don't know if Prisoners is the best analogy, but
Don't. I know and you don't.
because he's like a reporter traveling the world, reporting on crime and murder and stuff.
Weird
He's
Nightcrawler
killing
vibe,
prostitutes.
maybe.
Yes. Is that what you're thinking? Nightcrawler instead of Prisoners?
Let's say yes.
Yeah, that's
the one I want to say. American Psycho meets Nightcrawler. Thank you.
We had the same thought. Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's actually a great analogy, though.
Thanks.
True.
Why are you guys laughing? That is what I wanted to say.
That's perfect.
Just came from the mind of Sweaty.
In a twisted way, yeah.
All right, I think with that'll do it for episode 44 of the Up Real Late podcast.
You can follow us on Twitter at Up Real Late, and you can subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search Up Real Late Podcast in the library. It'll pop up in there. And you can follow me on Letterboxd at UpRealTim.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTye, Tye.
You can find me on Twitter at Franey25, FRANEY25, and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
You can find me, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And like I said earlier, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And with that, guys, keep it real.